Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another absolutely tremendous, glorious episode of Jedi Talk. I am your host, Brad Hughes, and I don't even want to do anything other than, I don't want to plug anything. I just want to get into this. The full council's here today. Let's go. We have a lot to talk about. We're talking Star Cruiser. We're talking a new lightsaber that dropped today. There's so much stuff to talk about.
Video
so let's
games,
go. Video games. I mean, everything. This runs the whole gamut of a Star Wars fan. The only thing we didn't get this week is a trailer for a movie. We got Boba Fett stuff to talk about too.
Oh yeah.
Let's jump into it. To my immediate right, the man, the myth, 11 legend, Evan T. Boucher.
That's how excited we are.
God damn it, I'm so excited.
It's okay. Hello there. We even had a book information drop. I don't know if you saw that.
No.
I know it's another High Republic book, so maybe we're not as excited.
Oh, the cover. I saw the cover.
The cover looks dope. But
yeah.
Down? Up?
No, me up.
The
Yeah,
cover looks dope. But it's also written by Claudia again. So if Claudia's writing it, I'm buying it.
I almost so the thumbnail we did last week for our greatest moments as fans, I almost put a picture of me and Alex with Claudia Gray.
Oh,
at
that
Celebration.
would be one of my favorite moments.
It was awesome.
She's Claudia Goat.
Star Wars goat.
Right.
She's the Star Wars book goat.
I will be buying that book. I forget the name of it, but it's another High Republic by Claudia Gray.
That's the one that shows the two Jedis, the two dudes on front with the lightsabers
it comes out
Yeah.
in January, so I'm buying it.
I'll be buying that 100%.
Yep.
To Evan's right, the other man, the other myth, the other legend, Tom Oakley. What's going on, brother?
By the right of the council, by the will of the Force, Gina Carano did nothing wrong, gentlemen. Oh,
nothing wrong, folks.
And I'm wearing that shirt today. Just
As you
made a
should be.
post at Jedi Talk Podcast on Instagram. That's the only thing I'm going to plug.
Beautiful.
Because I
Nice.
want you to follow us there.
Yeah, follow us at Jedi Talk on
Mark
social
Hamill
media.
approved.
Mark Hamill
Hopefully
approved.
Gina Carano approved.
Before we get into the actual show, there's a ton of stuff to talk about. I have a few surprises for you guys. Because, for the listeners, we'll talk about this up front. This is our last episode until the new year.
Yes.
We're taking a few weeks off to just have fun with family. We're going to all be out of town at different times at certain points. So we just figured let's just do one last episode. Now, it's not going to be the only thing that comes out of Jedi Talk. I'm going to put together a greatest hits, best moments of Jedi Talk 2021 for the year and release that for a few days out of the time we're off. But that being said, I have some Christmas presents for you guys.
Well,
so
also, before we get to that, what we're also going to do for the show is when Kyle and I, my cohort on Fourth Mother Box, we're going to be in San Francisco for the 40th Metallica anniversary special shows. We're going to see Spider-Man No Way Home while we're out there. We're going to record a special episode of Fourth Mother Box live together because we hardly ever do that.
He's done it once, and it was the Jedi Talk.
It was the Fourth Mother Talk. So we're going to do it live in San Francisco, and I'm going to upload that to the Jedi Talk feed. So we have a bonus episode. So you hear us talk
Perfect.
About Spider-Man, and you get a little Metallica talk as well. And I'm sure there'll be some Star Wars and DC in there as well.
As much stuff's been going on, I can't
so
imagine
much.
that it's not.
So much.
So y'all talk amongst yourself. I'm going to go grab your presents from over there real quick, and we'll be back. And then we're going to talk about all the stuff. So talk amongst yourselves.
Talking shit, talks amongst ourselves.
If anyone, I don't know if Tom listened to us last year or remembers, but people that have listened to us long enough know that Brad is the best gift giver, and he always does it early or on time. And I am an average gift giver, and I always do it on time or late. So I think this year it's going to be late again. So let's hope that I can get it closer to early than late. But okay.
This is also yours, Tom, and I will explain why Tom gets two in a second.
I don't care. I'm happy to have one.
So,
And like I said, mine will probably be late, but it's coming, like always.
oh, it's fine. I don't care. It's about giving, not getting, right?
That's what she said.
Facts. That's why I have to give. Hopefully
That's
not
what the
late.
hoes say. So, Tom,
Yes.
your Christmas present to me was going to see Metallica.
Hell yeah.
And I know that wasn't cheap. So,
But
I just want to say thank
Metallica
you.
is priceless, so.
Metallica's priceless. I want to say thank you. I'm a fan.
Fuck yeah.
You invested in Metallica's fortune and made another fan. I'm truly a fan.
Damn right.
I'm going to be watching the live stream of those 40th
hell
shows.
yeah,
I didn't
dude.
tell you that because I wanted to tell you it in person.
Fuck yeah.
So also with yours, that one is not yours today. I mean, you can take it if you want it, but yours will be here tomorrow. It was supposed to be here today and got delayed. You'll see the one in the bag.
Okay.
The one in the bag is a representation of what you'll get tomorrow.
okay.
Like
So-
a picture of it or something?
No, it's actually in there, but
Okay.
it's mine. But I didn't want to be like, and then you're also
Yeah.
getting this. So I just I
Yeah.
threw it in a bag via
Okay.
our conversation earlier today because I thought it was funny.
You're like Josh tomorrow at the D23 event. Churros are back.
Cheers are back, I guess.
What?
I didn't know they weren't, but okay.
Right?
All right, whoever wants to go first, go first. Tom, you go first. You have
Go
to
ahead.
open that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the mobile game. No. I don't know where that came from. Fuck yeah. Grogu. Tiki mug.
A
Fuck
Grogu
Hey,
yeah.
tiki
That is
mug.
badass.
I thought it was cool.
That is so cool. I have one tiki mug in this when we went to Trader Sam's.
I know.
Whoa.
You got to get that collection up, dude.
I have
do.
more
Well,
than somebody for once.
I have two. I'm sorry. I've got the one from Oga's, the Battle of Endor.
The Yub Nub.
Yeah,
Yep,
the-
nope.
Nice. Do you have the Cliff Dweller?
No.
Okay. Noted.
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 I've been asking. I asked you a few questions today. I'm like, do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have
It's
this?
so hard to buy
Yeah.
a gift for Brad because whatever he wants, he buys.
I buy everything.
It's
So
typically the
so
same
hard.
with me. So
It's not with me. I'm
So he's
I-
just getting shit he doesn't want.
right.
No, that's not true.
I'm kidding.
That's why
I'm
he
getting
immediately
something that
yeeted
didn't
that mug.
that I didn't know existed.
I didn't know that existed
Yeah,
until
that's-
yesterday.
that's
I didn't
pretty
either,
fucking
actually.
That
cool.
thing is
Until just
fucking
now.
dope. I
Hell
like
yeah.
it. All right,
That's
Tom,
cool.
Evan, open yours, and then Tom can open
This
his
way I
last
have
one.
to open it, so it's a.
Yeah, because it. I saw Bentley drop it earlier, and I was like, "Great job, stupid."
Oh, I believe it's another tiki mug because I can see the geeky tiki box.
Yeah.
Yes. Who do we have? Oh, that's funny. What a coincidence! there.
Twinsies.
Twinsies.
Oh,
I have
nice.
the Mando mug. That
I
is
like.
awesome.
Here's how you know I like these. I bought one for myself.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I love these. I have a Kylo one of these. And,
Oh, do you really?
And a Star Lord. For
I looked
Guardians.
at when I found out that they had the Grogu ones I didn't even know existed. I looked to see if they had a Cal Kestis one, and they don't.
Oh, well.
Not
Because
yet.
I was going to put it back and just be like, I'm buying him the Cal
It's
Kestis
pretty
one.
random if they had a Cal Kestis
Yeah, they've
one.
done a bunch of
They
random
have
shit.
that
Though. They
Padme
have like,
Amidala one.
yeah, like they've done
Like-
random shit. So I was like, maybe they have one that I didn't know because
I'm
I don't follow Geeky Tiki that much.
I'm
I like them a
shocked we
lot.
don't have a Cal Magic Band.
I know. You would
I'm
think they
shocked
would
we
have.
don't have a Cal lightsaber.
Oh, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Mhm. We have another one, but
We'll talk
do?
about that.
In a
That
second.
dropped today, so that's how you know the show is recorded when it's
Yes.
recorded.
yeah.
But all right, go ahead and open that one. And again, yours will be here tomorrow.
Okay.
It's
So when you
so
come
cool.
home from Magic Kingdom, stop by.
I think.
I'll be,
all
I'll
right.
be drinking out of this like tonight.
Oh, I think I know. Is this the thing you asked me about specifically earlier?
Yes, it
Hell
is.
yeah. Oh, my God.
Oh,
I've been
yes.
wanting this, too.
Good.
No,
It'll be
we
here.
all
Yours
have
will be
it
here
now.
tomorrow. It'll be sealed. Well, I'll have
Ooh,
the.
I opened right
didn't
to
put the
rise.
other cover on it because I was
The
going to wrap it.
sleeve.
Okay.
So I took the soft cover off because I was
Yes.
like, what if he rips through both of them?
Yes.
That
Like
could happen.
that could have happened.
unintentionally, and so I
Yeah.
just took the cover off, threw it in a bag. Yeah, yours will be here tomorrow, shrink wrapped, ready to go.
So it's the Art of Galaxy's Edge.
Yep.
Which
Yes.
Brad has been breaking down hardcore for
There's
this
some cool,
Halcyon.
there's some cool shit in that book, dude. Even
Yeah.
to this day,
Oh yeah, there's some angering and disappointing things, but
I think
There's
it's
some cool things.
honestly, dude. Like the whole book is mostly
I'm gonna
disappointment
I'm
because
gonna
you,
wait.
yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you want to do a deep dive on that.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
I
Because
was just
there's a
looking at
bunch
it,
of
yeah.
shit. Like,
Thank you, man.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas. I love you guys.
Merry
Love you, man.
fucking
Thank
Christmas.
you.
Look out for Santa.
Santa's gonna get his.
Merry Xmas. Look out
what'd you
for
get for
Santa.
Helen?
Oh shit! I didn't get anything for her. How did you
She's
know what I
pissed.
said?
No.
It's okay. She couldn't see it.
If
you
we
got it.
look at her,
Merry
she can
Christmas.
feel the force.
This will be the last time we're in this room until 2022.
That just made me sad.
Are we going to record on New Year's Eve? That's the question. That would be the other.
I'm not
next
gonna be
Friday.
here.
Okay,
So
then-
it'll be-
Well,
it'll
we could-
be-
Do it over the phone if you guys want to.
I can do that.
I'm
Like
down
if
with that.
y'all want to come here and record and
Yeah,
do
I'm
all
down
that
with
stuff,
that.
that's fine by me.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, so we have a lot to talk about. Tom, why don't you? Do you have a list of everything we're doing? Who has
no,
a list?
No,
I have no list.
No list, but
It's all
essentially-
fresh because it's all happened
It is
today.
So
fresh.
what? All right. So what do we want to talk about first? There's been a lot of
Do
stuff.
we do big at the end, like the biggest at the end?
We
I
do-
say we save the big till the end.
Okay,
we can do
perfect.
quick hits, and
Yeah.
a quick hit today specifically. Evan shared a post in our group text on Instagram about a Darth Maul Shadow lightsaber, is
And-
what they called it
Yeah,
at
and
first.
it confused us hardcore fans.
Very much.
I'd never
So-
seen this before.
Well,
like
I felt
they didn't
stupid
focus on
'cause-
this as a thing.
Right. I
I
felt
felt stupid when
because
I
we
found
all
out,
have this
yeah.
as a figure. It's right by your head right
I
there.
know.
I know.
It's in that box.
I know it's right here.
Yeah,
it's in the box.
It looks just like the toy.
The most recent,
Yeah.
the one
So
that
it's-
I see at Magic Kingdom all the time.
Yeah,
This,
uh-huh.
this is
Yeah,
this
so
is
it-
replaced Quill in
Right.
Lando.
Does anybody want a cigar?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
No, I'm good. But they dropped the Darth Maul from season 7, The Siege of Mandalore, Clone Wars
So
season 7,
obscure.
and it's just that one half of it because of course the other half of it is the Phantom Menace Darth Maul hilt.
I bet you
So-
that probably got some backlash, but I think it's really cool. They had the foresight to make it fit and retrofit
Right?
like a
That's
like
smart.
a.
Yeah.
I think it's smart.
It's smart from
Selling
every
half
angle.
a lightsaber. My only complaint is why is this one coming out before Cal Kestis?
Before
That's my
Cal's,
only complaint.
Before
Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon's,
Yeah.
like it's such an
Yoda,
obscure
Palpatine.
thing.
Even Ezra Bridgers.
Like we all, like
It's
no
only
one
like
knew what it
6
was.
minutes of screen time. Maybe like 6 minutes.
It's this might be the most obscure canon lightsaber of all time.
even
that
more than
they've- that
Ben's?
they've released.
Well, I mean, like of a major character.
Yeah, that they've
like. I
released.
mean, like
Ben's
what is
is pretty
Quinlan?
obscure.
Yeah,
Quinlan's.
Ben's is obscure.
because it's only on screen for 3 seconds.
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah, but when everyone
Yeah.
saw it, everyone knew where it was from. I didn't know
Yeah.
where the fuck this was from.
No, that's
I'm
true.
not- I'm
Us
not-
3
I'm-
hardcore nerds.
But I'm like no means like a the
I
Star
had to
Wars nerd.
ask
You know
our
what I mean?
Galaxy's Edge trading post group.
And it took a
every-
while
like,
to.
a few people knew.
It
Yeah.
took a while
Yeah.
to get an answer though.
It did.
So that just shows you right there.
Yeah.
Because the internet's all
it's a
about
deep
people
cut.
going, actually.
Yeah.
And then we found out it was used to be Saj Ventress's.
Which I didn't
hill.
know that
I
either.
had no
either.
idea.
So my
That's-
nerd
that's
card has been
fucking cool.
revoked today.
No,
Apparently.
that's
so
a little too much.
Dude, that's so obscure.
I'm glad I know that now. So that's super cool.
It's very cool. So that's what kind of makes me want this. And then
Yeah.
you pointed out earlier too everything that we saw, that how visible the kyber crystal is.
Right.
in
They've
this
never done
hilt.
one like that.
That is so fucking
Yeah. So
badass.
I love
Yeah.
it.
And the box is even dope.
Yeah, they're back to
box
the
is-
OG
I was
box.
worried about.
You
'cause
were.
Y'all all knew it because there hasn't been a
The
new
Darksaber
lightsaber
box?
until today since the Darksaber.
That box is bad.
And I was like, I get it, like, because I would have rather paid what was it, $200 for that.
Well, why does the blade have to be in the box? It doesn't.
I think because I don't think they want to just sell. Think about it this way. Think about it from Disney's perspective. How
Money.
many of those are you
Gotcha.
going to sell?
Turn Evan up just in case. I feel like we might.
Turn down for what?
Is that better?
But
Evan, talk a little bit.
talking a little bit, hopefully.
Tad
Better?
more,
Okay.
yeah.
But, I mean, I get it, because you'll sell the complete set and make more money, as opposed to buy this blade
It's not even
and
that.
this hilt.
To me, it's
So-
not even that. It's just that, like, how many people are going to need a replacement blade for that specific lightsaber?
That's true.
The one
That's
from
true.
the Legacy ones fit. The Savi's ones,
Matches
you're going to have
everything.
all
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
That's such an obscure thing. It's not like they.
Yeah.
Because I really thought if they did the Darksaber, they would just made it like that. Like they
Which
just
would have been
would've-
bad.
Which would have been bad.
That would have got backlash.
So as it should.
Yeah, as it should.
But I think that's why they did it that way, just so they.
True.
It's like it includes one. Like, don't ask for a replacement one. I remember I asked them the week of if they've heard that they're going to get replacement ones, and he's like, "We haven't heard anything." I would assume so because we sell it, but I'm sure it's not going to be cheap because they're not going to
Yeah.
mass produce them the way they produce them for. Because it produces when they produce the blades, it's for Savi's
1-to-1.
Yeah, they're the same across
Yeah.
the board.
Yeah.
So I get it, but I would have rather have had the Darksaber with a black emblem
With
on
a
it.
real blade.
With-
That's not a cylinder either.
Yeah.
It's a blade.
Yeah,
It's a true
I
blade.
would have rather had that.
And,
But you know, it is what it is.
I saw, too, that this new Maul / they should, to me, market it as Ventress Saber. I mean, I get why they don't. Because people would be like, who the hell's Ventress? They
Well,
know
they
who
sold
Darth
Ventress
Maul is.
Yeah,
before.
they sold hers.
That's true, but yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, so they should market this as Ventress because it was really hers. But people wouldn't. It would confuse people.
Maul's way more of a known character than
Yeah.
Ventress.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why they
But-
went with the Maul thing. But I get your point. But
Yeah.
that's why they went with the Maul
That's the
thing.
whole. Why is this one Rey's lightsaber? Because it's really
Exactly.
Luke's, or it's Anakin's.
It's
Sorry.
Anakin's, damn
Yeah,
it.
Wow, they got
It's
me doing it
Anakin's.
now.
Yeah.
But I saw that it's limited to 1,000. So, R.I.P.
What?
Yeah, I think it was that same person that posted it.
That saber's limited to 1,000 of them?
Yeah, so
And
it's probably
only
gone.
at fucking Disneyland.
It's probably gone
God
already, so.
damn it.
Yeah,
Really?
it's probably because of supply shipments or
Let's
whatever.
go, Brandon.
But right.
Wait, really?
Yeah. I not officially confirmed, but the same people that were posting pictures of it said that it was 1,000. So
But that came so late in the day, I doubt that sincerely.
right, yeah, I don't know. It's not official.
1,000 of them?
That's not that many.
No, dude. That means
Even
they're
like the Skywalker
that means
package, what they
500
call
people
that.
bought them.
Yeah, because there's limited 2 per person.
Yeah,
There's
I mean,
no way.
there's no way.
I mean, how many do they make of the Skywalker box? The Luke and
3,000.
Leia?
So it was
3,000?
1,000 here, 1,000 online, and
Right.
1,000 at Disneyland.
And those are gone.
And those
went
were
quick.
those lasted all day on May the 4th.
Yeah. So I
There's
would think
no
they've done
way
it.
that's 1,000.
Unless they physically
I hope
couldn't
not.
do more than 1,000.
Is that are you is,
I'm trying to look. Yeah.
It might have been somebody I
I'm
put
not
on my
saying
story.
you're wrong. Not you. I'm
No,
worried.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
worried about it
I
being
did
Yes.
read
incorrect.
it, but I don't know if what I read is correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. God damn, dude.
I hope
that would
not.
really fucking suck.
Because I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. I don't know if I want it. But then I saw the box, and you showed me the Kyber being exposed, and then I found out it was Ventress's, and then I found out that it does, in fact, connect with Maul's that I already have. And then I was like, okay, I kind of want that. So if we ever get a chance to get it, I'll probably end up getting it.
Oh, dude, 100%. Especially if it's a limited edition of if it's of 1,000.
Yeah.
I bought that stupid Triceratops spin because it was
You put limited edition on anything, and Brad's going to buy it.
I can't
100%,
find
especially if
anything
it's-
on it right now, but
I really hope that's not
I
the
hope
case.
it's wrong. Yeah.
I hope that's wrong too.
I'm gonna be at studios tomorrow for a few things.
if it's there.
If it's there, I'm grabbing.
Oh, yeah.
yes.
We'll if you want one, we'll have one tomorrow.
yes.
And I'll have to pay you back in like 3 months. But
I can pay you back right away, and I want one.
So if you need to wait off on mine, I won't be mad.
Christmas.
I don't know.
All right.
Right? But
What's next?
Let's see what's next. Well, video game, man.
Video game,
I didn't. I mean,
Eclipse.
of course, I wanted the next video game trailer to get from Star Wars to be Fallen Order 2, but that's okay. I'm expecting a late spring announcement there.
Dude, I've been meaning to bring this up for the last 3 episodes, but I just didn't for whatever reason because we didn't talk about it.
Yes.
But I've heard it mentioned on Fourth Mother Box a
Yes.
few times. They are saving this for Celebration.
Okay.
100%.
Okay, then.
Yeah,
That's-
good point.
When I
May.
went
Yeah.
when I went to sell, I sent you the picture the other day.
Yeah.
So maybe think about it. It was the first time they revealed any footage or anything from Fallen Order. And
Okay.
what's his name? The guy that plays Cal.
Cameron Monaghan.
He was there
Monaghan.
in person, did a whole thing, talked about how cool
Nice.
it was doing motion capture
That's
and basically
badass,
being
yeah.
like the inspiration for
Yeah.
the character.
I
was there for that.
They
Me and
played
Alex.
that on the Fallen Order behind the scenes. If you get the deluxe edition, they show that shit from.
They show the
Celebration.
panel?
Yeah.
Oh, I was
Oh,
there.
dang.
I was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm canon. Woohoo!
There you go.
You're behind the scenes, Cameron.
Behind the scenes canon. Alex is coming in February, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's so fucking exciting.
Okay,
He's
that
going to be
bring-
here for my birthday.
And my birthday then.
Yeah,
That leads
I
me
think
to
his
my
first day is
next-
the 14th.
Oh, perfect. That leads me to my next question, not Star Wars related, but how big should I be booking a dinner or lunch at Animal Kingdom Lodge? Do you want to come? Does Alex want to come?
For your
When is
birthday?
it for your birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, 100% for your birthday? Fuck
Okay.
yeah.
Courtney and
I
I
just
are.
need to send the date that's best for you guys.
If it's your birthday,
It
Yeah,
can't
just
be on
tell
my
me
can't
what
get
birthday.
date.
because your birthday's Valentine's
It can't
Day.
be on my birthday.
Oh yeah, don't do Valentine's.
Yeah, it can't be on my birthday. but
Do
it can be a
do
day
like the
around it.
12th because a lot of places will do 13th and 14th are the days they celebrate Valentine's Day. They'll do it before and then the day of. So do like look for like the 12th, 13th, or like 15th or 16th. I don't give a shit what we do. I don't care about my birthday this year. I'm turning
Period, okay.
33.
Gotcha. 29 for me.
Here's what freaks me out about 33. From the time I lived here till now, if I live that same amount of time again, which seems like a fucking flash in the pan, I'll be 40. It's nuts. Anyway, all right.
Does this make
It's
you an
really
honorary
not.
member
Age
of
is what
Club
you make of
33?
it. Okay,
I don't even feel 33.
I'm
Like I just feel like I'm
35. I'll
22.
be 36 in April, so I'm closer to 36. I'm closer to 40 than anybody here right now, and
Yeah.
I don't feel like it.
I don't feel like it either.
I don't think you look or act or anything like that. I don't know what I mean by that, but but no, I don't see you that way as a 40-year-old.
No,
You know?
definitely
It's such
not.
a weird
We're not-
thing.
We're not
I
there.
think 40 now is a lot different than 40 when we were kids.
Yeah,
I remember my
Oh,
dad's
yeah.
40th birthday, and it seemed like
we made
he
a
was
huge
like
deal
1
of it.
foot in the grave.
My family had this. My family had this big, janky, ugly-looking 40 sign, like made out of 2x4s.
Oh, God.
And Christmas lights wrapped around it. We stuck it in everyone's yard when they turned 40.
We
That's all
did
we
like a half kids for a little bit of the night, and then like an adults only thing for his birthday. It was at Dave and Buster's when that first like became a thing in Concord.
Huh?
So
Nice.
that was his 40th shindig. All right, what's next?
Well, are you guys excited
Acolyte.
for the video game? At
Yeah,
all?
dude,
Oh,
that's
Eclipse?
what I was or Eclipse, not Acolyte. Acolyte. Actually, we got some news for that.
Yeah.
We did a casting.
They cast somebody. She was in the Hunger Games.
Finish with Eclipse, and then
Yeah.
we'll get to
Okay.
Acolyte.
yeah.
I,
mean,
this looks. I don't know what the gameplay is, so I can't
I don't
really
either.
comment on it.
Right.
It looked
I
like a
don't-
fucking movie.
It did.
parts of it look like Batu. You pointed out.
They look-
And I watched
No.
the trailer after you said that. I was like, oh, that looks like
Nope.
a marketplace.
I know what that is. That's 100% Jedi. It's
Oh, I hope so.
100% Jedi.
Because they showed the same triangle-looking
Yes.
head people. I don't
And
know
they
what they're called.
showed like kind of like an Asian looking like get up, kind of like a ninja get up with the big old
The circle
circular
hat?
Yeah,
Is
He
that-
looked like the guy from the concept art of Galaxy's Edge
Yeah.
that played the sitar looking thing.
Oh, yeah.
So that might be reused from that.
I want to know the time period before I get super
Republic.
excited. Oh, it's High Republic?
You saw Yoda straight up.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yoda's
Now
in that.
I got really excited.
It's High
now.
Republic,
Okay.
so-
I can't wait to watch a gameplay.
So I just they show the thing that that was the most interesting thing to me was watching those two Jedi fight.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
what the fuck is that
Were
about?
they
Yeah.
fighting or were they training each other?
Who knows? That's what's
Right?
interesting.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
in
it
the
could
High
be a
Republic-
training thing. It could be a fight thing.
In the High Republic, though, most training is like really formal. It's in the temple. It's in a room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like in the sequels and the originals where it's like, I'm going to train you on this planet because
On
it's
the
all we
swamp
got.
planet.
Because it's all we got. Or on Agent Class because it's all we got.
Yeah.
But I doubt it's training. But if
Okay.
we get
Is
if
the
we get to
guy
see-
coming out of the black soup? I think this is my
do
theory.
we get to see Marchion anywhere? 'Cause
I was thinking, but like
I hope.
this is interesting to me because like up until now, this is why this whole thing. I'm like Charlie Day with the string and
strings
like
on the wall.
freaking out. Like they've made the Nile seem like this ragtag group of mercenaries essentially, and now to go from that era of the High Republic to this like clear army Like that shot they did of
I
like
forgot about that with the
the
droids
army
and
like
stuff,
walking down,
yeah.
and everyone had like these uniforms on.
Yeah.
If that's the Nihil, I mean, holy shit! Like that's crazy.
Marchion went and wiped out all of his leaders probably, and then he took over.
I don't think
He
that's
built a big-
what
no,
it
it's
is,
not.
but
Right,
if
something,
that was
right.
what that was, that and if he becomes like the first Sith, and that's Marchion and like the thing coming out the very end of the trailer, that would be fucking wild.
Yeah.
Like I think no matter who that guy is, the dude coming out of the Black Tar is gonna be like the first Sith.
Yeah. Yeah.
This could even be set before what we've seen in the High Republic. Like I wouldn't
It
be
can
shocked
be.
by
Oh,
that.
it could be.
And it could
Like,
take
not
place
like
over the
100
whole-
years, but like 25, 30
Maybe
years
this is
before.
why Yoda's taking a sabbatical.
Yeah, it
and
could
we
be.
see him finally return to Coruscant in,
Oh, yeah.
in the preview, in the whatever you call it.
Who knows?
It's
There's
off.
so much potential.
The trailer.
With this.
The trailer, thank
So
you. Yeah.
The trailer looked fucking dope. Everything
The
looked
yeah.
in visual. Like it took me a second to realize that it was like video game graphics. It
Yeah,
just
it
looked
looked pretty
so
legit.
incredible.
Do we know 110% sure this is canon?
Oh, we
Disney
don't
has said
know,
that
but I
any
assume so.
major thing they're releasing is canon.
All right.
So,
I mean,
like,
I
that's
want it
why
to
I
be
was
canon.
confusing
I want
about-
it to be too.
I think with them doing High Republic, it's definitely canon. Like it's got to be.
Yeah,
Like,
it's gotta
it's
be.
not like Lego. You got to
That
go.
was
It's
going to say
Lego.
anything that's Lego is not.
But this is
canon,
this seems
but-
like a mainline Star Wars release. So
Okay.
the tone's a little strange. It's a little all over the
Yeah.
place.
Yeah,
But
I haven't
that could be-
seen anything Dune, but I had people say it feels like Dune. Have you guys seen Dune? Is
I've
that-
watched Dune all the way
Haven't
through,
seen
and
Dune.
I don't think it feels like Dune.
No, okay.
Nope.
I don't know what Dune feels like.
I'm
so.
confused by what people think Star Wars is.
Oh,
At this
I
point.
know
we'll
why.
get to that.
I know why they feel like it feels like Dune. Actually, I felt like Dune was picked a little bit from Star Wars, or
It
I believe
was.
that. I
Yeah.
believe that. Yeah.
Yeah.
when I watched it. But I know what part of Dune they're talking about now. Yeah, I could see it, but
Okay.
I didn't
It looks more
automatically
Mad
think
Max
Dune.
to me than Dune.
Yeah,
could see that too.
But Dune and Mad Max kind of make sense too
Okay.
together.
Okay.
I wasn't excited initially, but now that I watched it, I've only watched it twice, but the second time made me more excited, and now talking to you guys about it has got me really excited.
So I can judge things like by the casual thing by like my dad and Holly. My
Right.
dad's a little bit more of a like. I would love to have my dad on the show. I think it'd be so
That'd
fun,
be fun.
To talk. We should have him on next year.
we
Next
should
time
have a
he's here.
dad's only show. My
That'd
dad,
be-
your dad,
dude,
his
that'd
dad.
be- just put our
Yeah.
dads in the thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Father's
but-
Day. There we go.
Father for the Father's Day show. That'd be cool. But he was excited about it.
Oh, wow.
And Holly goes, "That looks really fucking cool." So this has got casual fans
Good.
and hardcore fans sitting
Yes.
here getting excited about it.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that fans are not excited about for whatever goddamn reason, let's talk the Halcyon.
Yeah.
Because this thing, like you mentioned, I went back and listened to our show because I'll be honest with you guys. Last week I was really drunk. I drank a lot after work. I drank a lot leading up to the
Didn't
show.
notice.
I was not having a good day, and I drank a lot, but I was having fun. So I don't remember what we talked about. So I went back and listened to the show. And Evan, you said like people are giving this backlash, and it was the day that thing got released.
Right.
So you
Because
were
that was
like,
the day we first were like, people are really not okay with this? What's
Yeah,
going
but
on?
it was light. Like it was
Yeah.
just like, oh, so people like I don't think we even mentioned it other than you giving like the comment of like people aren't digging
But
us.
I've seen a few
we were
people
like,
get
who,
mad.
what people?
Yeah. What? Who?
Yeah, we
who
were
are
like,
people?
I've never seen this.
And then they pulled it. So what, if you don't know what we're talking about, I don't know how you don't know. But just so everyone knows what we're talking about, Disney released the Halcyon video with the kid from the Goldbergs, and it was like the first truly behind the scenes thing where you're in the hotel looking at everything.
It wasn't behind the scenes in the sense of like, here's how this is made, or here's
Yeah.
construction footage.
It was the first look,
It was almost
essentially.
a trailer, but not. Like
Yeah. So it was Ann Morrow and I forget does anyone know the kid's name
I
from the
don't know.
Goldbergs?
Goldberg,
the
McGoldberg
12-year-old
face.
boy.
Yeah, he's probably 26, but he looks
Yeah,
like
he's
he's
Probably
11.
46. I don't know. But he's freaking.
But anyway,
yeah.
so it shows them on the bridge, it shows them in a hallway, and it shows them meeting Gaia.
Yeah.
Disney pulled this because of fan backlash, quote unquote. And I have just seen everyone rail against this, and I don't understand why.
It's not backlash from us because we talked about it, and even the scene of them standing in a hallway, Taylor and I freaked out. We're like, "Look at that hallway! Like, holy cow!" And you guys were like, "That hallway looks
I
good."
know.
Like, so it's
I
not
don't
from
get
us.
it.
I think it looks really good. The only bad thing, and we've all acknowledged it, is that lightsaber training.
Looks
That
horrible.
looks bad.
Deplorable.
And they didn't pull that video. So why are you not pulling that video, but you pulled a good one?
I don't understand that. So here's what I did. One of my friends, Brian, he is a media personality. He writes for a few different things. He writes freelance, he writes his own thing. I went through and I asked him, I said, what are your specific issues with Star Cruiser? Like because he's been going like, it looks terrible, it looks bad, looks bad, looks bad. So I had him give me a list of things. Now I want to dissect this nicely.
We will.
I'm telling myself that. I want to dissect this nicely because I don't get where a lot of people are coming from with this.
I do. I said it today in the
Should
message.
we go ahead and talk about the other video they just sent out? Did you watch it yet? The welcome
I did.
video?
Oh, yeah, I watched it.
Oh, you did watch it.
It was cheesy,
Okay.
but
What did you think?
I don't know.
I mean, didn't change my hype level. My hype level's up there already, but yeah, all right.
Did you think it was bad?
No,
I wouldn't call it bad.
It's
No.
coming from how many galaxies away? Like that, it's supposed to be. Like I understood why the video was shot the way it was to make it look like it was truly
A transmission.
a transmission.
It
of
reminded
sorts.
me
Star Wars
of-
transmissions break up all the
I
time.
know.
That's like part of
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Do you remember in the Epcot experience, the preview for the Guardians roller coaster, when the guy's like, "Hello from Terra, we are."
Yes.
That's what it reminded me of. That, and it reminded me of like the '90s and Alien Encounter. I felt like.
This seemed like
But-
a mixture of the. When you said that, my brain was like, "Yep, that's exactly what this is."
Yeah.
It was that and Star Tours.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's got a
Yeah.
cool little chime at the beginning.
Yeah,
I thought it was cool that the maiden voyage was to Batu,
I didn't know that
which
either.
which
That was
makes
so
it.
cool.
Did you catch that?
Yep, I did.
Which
yeah.
makes it interesting to me because like that means Batu was a little bit of a higher scale
back
thing
then
at the time.
like 400 years ago.
Yeah, during the High Republic, Batu was some sort of
happening
luxury
place.
thing.
There was a Jedi temple on Batu.
Speaking of Eclipse, I want to see Batu in that game, like badly.
I hope so, but they won't.
100%.
They won't.
You don't know that? Hey man, we don't know what the fuck this game's about.
We've only seen Batu in one thing. That's not.
We'll see
the
it.
theme park.
We'll see it. They've already made video game assets of Batu.
True.
It'd be very easy for them to copy that over.
True.
So this is Brian's list of things that he thinks is wrong with the Halcyon footage. So I literally didn't read this. I saw that he sent it, and I said, "Do you want me to address this now or on the show?" He said, "Whatever you prefer, mi amigo." He's lately been observing it from the social media feedback, etc., and what other creators think, etc. So his first thing is, I'm just going to read it as he wrote it. He said, "Well, because what I said was, I really want you to tell me every issue you have with it. This isn't a trap because he knows me."
Right.
I said, "It will give us fodder for our show this week because I can't find anything that I'd call valid criticism or complaints." So this is what he said. He said, "Well, as everyone has been covering this since 2019, we thought it was going to be the best thing ever. And we knew the pricing was going to be high, etc. Which sucks is that it's not included with park admission reservations to be bundled into one." All right. Pause right there. Disney World's expensive. I don't know who
Yep.
didn't know this up to this point. Like
it always
it's
has been,
expensive.
but it's more so now than ever. But it always has been. Like as much as I do get mad, like it always has been.
It's always
expensive.
been a premier
Even
thing.
back in the
Yeah.
day, yeah.
In
Yeah.
1955, when it opened at Disneyland, it was so controversial that Walt had a ticket book system to charge $1 to get into the park. People were like, "What the fuck are you talking? I have to pay
Yeah.
for $1 and then get in and then pay for the rides too?" Like,
Yeah.
Speaking of, we didn't make mentions, but real quick, Rise $20 per person at
It's
Disneyland.
more expensive
That's
at Disneyland.
crazy.
$15 is our cap. Disneyland's cap is 20 apparently.
$20. Yeah,
Weird.
California. That's
Weird.
why the burritos are more expensive out there.
The
I didn't know
burritos-
that. $159.
Yeah. It's like 129 for our sabers.
Yeah, 129.
About
159
depends.
is like the big box,
The
ones.
deluxe,
Like that's
yeah.
the
Yeah.
deluxe one, and that one is a deluxe one too. But the
Yes.
other one that they showed wasn't in the picture I sent you.
Ben's,
Wasn't the deluxe
yeah.
one, and
Yeah.
it was the same price. So
Yeah. We finally found something that's better at Walt Disney World. We found it. The one thing.
we found it. I always thought Galaxy's Edge was better here, just because of the layout. Just seems a little. Although they have a third entrance,
We,
but
Right,
yeah,
that
they,
entrance is
we
sick.
almost said we. Wow, they have a third entrance, yeah.
But
Oh, you
we
said
have a
we?
hotel.
Almost did.
that
Because
means you
it
identify
used
as a
to be-
Disneyland park.
I used to. I used to.
But we have a Halcyon.
We do have a Halcyon.
We
We
do
have a
have a
Halcyon.
Halcyon.
We have a Halcyon terminal.
True? Hopefully.
That we do.
It's a terminal. It's not. It's not the full ship. So.
Oh, true.
Pricing was going to be high. The pricing's ridiculous. Like we all can admit it.
But then again,
Absolutely
have we been there
fucked.
yet?
Exactly.
Do
But
we know if it's worth it?
see, that's my whole thing. We don't know. We
Yeah.
don't. Who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you? He's somebody who's about to fork over this money, and he's like, "Let's just talk highly about it for a second."
He's like
Yeah.
like sleeping in the money he's saving in bed every night. He's like, yes.
Yep.
yes.
He's like, "We're keeping the
5
heat
days
on
till
because
it goes,
it's
yeah.
cheaper." Not included with the park admissions reservations to be bundled. Okay, so what he's saying is, first off, it's like I get your point, but it's also not accurate. This includes admission to Hollywood Studios,
Yeah.
and they've said you get admission into Oga's, and or not
Not
Oga's,
Oga's.
not Oga's.
No, you get
the droid
Rise.
and Savi's.
and Savi's.
Savi's
But you get
and
Rise
Depot
and
Depot
Smugglers.
Rise,
and
Falcon.
Smuggler's Ride.
Guaranteed.
Docking
You-
Bay 7.
That's 4 experiences
Right.
you are guaranteed to do. And we have to remember, we live here. People who have not ever
it's 6
been
meals
here.
too. 6 meals included.
That's
6
not
Disney
nothing,
meals,
man. That's
6
not
Disney
nothing.
meals is like $800.
Did you do the math on that?
No, I mean like
you're probably not off. That's,
yeah, it's like, I haven't done the math.
I'm asking because you're not off. Like,
yeah, no, I haven't done the math yet, but come on.
it's
Docking
probably
Day
close to
7
that.
food is
man.
no like just like run of the mill fast
No.
food. It's some good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So,
good food too.
My
Docking, yeah.
quality.
my
yeah.
intended present today was for your Christmas present was I called the Halcyon thing, waited for a few minutes. I was trying to get us the fucking captain's table.
Oh.
It's still not available.
Still
But
not
people have
available?
canceled left
Jeez.
and right.
I know. Still
Oh, you
unavailable.
were trying to see if people
yeah,
were
see
canceling?
people canceled.
Oh,
and she
oh,
said,
man.
keep calling back.
Oh, funny.
So if it happens,
will be open.
It's going to be an addendum to your Christmas present.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Which
pay
would be
first
cool.
for
I hope
that.
you guys get it. So
I
can,
tried
so I
yours,
can
too.
hear what it's like. Wait, you
I
tried
tried
to get me
yours.
one?
Yeah, I
Oh my
tried your
gosh.
dates because I saw what your dates were.
I don't get me one, but if you guys can get it, do it because I want to hear about it.
You would like that. You
Oh, I would like
that.
it. I
So
definitely
that was
would.
going to be my present. Was like,
Dang.
you have that now.
That would've been
on your
dope.
thing. But I wasn't able for either one of us.
Keep trying for you guys.
I'm gonna try for you too.
Nah, it's okay. It's okay.
Come on, man.
I'll be fine.
Let your boy fucking do it.
All right.
It's
Try for you.
$60.
60. It's not bad.
It's nothing.
I can afford it.
It's nothing. Can you?
Yeah.
But so like that's not true. So the not including admission, I get it. If you're thinking that this is going to be a Disney World vacation, this is not what this is.
You're not staying at the Poly.
No,
Like-
and this is why I have this pushback to this because this is a Star Wars vacation.
Yep.
This is not I want to go for 2 days and go to Epcot and Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom and I might go to Studios.
Disney
That's not what this
Springs,
is.
like, no.
That's not what this
Yeah,
is. So
Disney Springs.
Disney Springs.
if that's what you think this is, you are fundamentally missing the point,
And-
I don't think your opinion's valid because you don't get what it is. It's
Yeah.
the same people who thought that were bitching about Galaxies. I remember this vividly. People were bitching, going, "I wish there was an X-wing spinner on Bot 2."
No, you don't.
No, the fuck, dude! I remember on Twitter. I'm telling
the
you,
fuck outta here.
I swear on my children's
I
lives.
believe it.
An
I
X-wing
remember
TIE
talking-
fighter so they can shoot each other in a
They
circle.
wanted to alt him because they wanted a spinner. Like, this is stupid. Why isn't there that? I'm like,
You walk the 10 feet.
what
to
are you
Toy Story
talking
Land and
about,
go to
man?
Alien
Like, it's
Spinner.
right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Go ride swirling sausage, you
people
fucking
complain
twat.
in Magic Kingdom of having 3 spinners. So why do you want another spinner?
Because I think people thought the idea of an X-wing spinner would be cool.
But it
would be
wouldn't.
cool. It would be cool, but not if we're talking about what Batu is.
Yeah,
It'd
that's
be
true.
cool in a generic Tatooine, just bullshit launch bay type
Next to
experience.
Star Tours, yeah.
People complain about Dino Land. What do you got in Dino Land?
Not
Like,
Primeval
come
World
on.
anymore.
Yeah, that's gone.
No.
But also, what another thing is, people can't resort hop to this hotel,
Yeah, no. If you're not there for it, you can't even.
Damn
board
right.
it.
and I think that's
Which
what
is
people are
fine.
mad about. But like,
What?
that's not
No.
what it is. Like you said,
You
Idiots.
can't do that with a cruise ship. You can't be like, I'm an annual pass
Right.
holder. I want to come on the Disney cruise ship. Like,
Yeah, I
they'd
wanna go to
go
the Wish.
fuck off. Like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? Like, that's not how this works.
yeah,
I think people are just the same way they misinterpreted what Galaxy's Edge was.
Yeah.
They're misinterpreting what this is going to be,
right.
and that pisses me off because I think this is going to be Galaxy. Like I told Brian the other day, we were talking about something completely different, but I was like, this is going to be like in that scene of Rise of the Resistance where the guns are. This is going to be like your room's 10
Except it
feet
works.
from that.
Yep.
But
Like you're going to be able to look out the windows like that. Like
Yeah.
think about that.
yeah,
And it's going to change as you're moving through space.
You're going to wake up and the bits and pieces of Bakara are going to be flashing through
I
your
hope so.
window.
Be fucking
Because
crazy.
you
Because
told the
Evan
First
told
Order.
him.
Yeah. I'm telling them too. Don't
Oh, yeah,
worry.
we're telling
Chewie's going in
Yeah,
handcuffs.
make no mistake.
motherfucker.
giving them away.
Make no mistake, when you come back from that experience, they're going to be all about where's the secret base.
Yeah.
They're for sure going to be talking about that.
I know that.
Which is going to make me happy because my whole thing with this is, wait, why are we back on Batu?
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I've thought about it. Like, can you? I don't know the details. Can you like program an escape pod to go to a completely different planet? Like, how does that work?
I have.
Maybe in the heat of the moment, they're like, "Crap, escape pod, you got to go."
If you
It's
can,
all we got.
If
Like,
you can reprogram a medical droid to give you therapy, like in the Galaxy's Edge book,
true.
you can program a fucking escape pod.
Yeah.
So it's semantics. I mean,
Yeah.
But all right. So his next thing was, not to be able to experience it like before or after park closing from the transition to Galaxy's Edge should be because guests are paying a ton to go. So I think what he's saying there is like
Should
not be
get
able to
it without
experience it
anybody
without
else.
your like with it empty. Like
Oh,
his
like
thought
extra
is
magic
yeah,
hours,
his thought
but
is should be
just for
extra
you.
magic hours type of experience. There's an argument there.
I kind of
But-
like that, but I'm okay that it's not.
I'm
that.
cool with going there and seeing it bustling. Like it's a marketplace.
Yeah,
Marketplace.
You
even
should
though I'm going
be
to see a guy in a Mickey shirt,
And
but
I'm
not stupid. I
I'm
know what's
okay
going
with
on.
that because I'm getting guaranteed on Rise. I'm getting guaranteed on the Falcon. I'm getting guaranteed to go to Savi's, which will play into my character's
Yep, which
need
we'll reveal
for
after
that
this.
day. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Obviously, the lack of entertainment is what's bugging me. Besides Gaia, how the characters will look
But
like
we haven't
too.
seen
Hang
all
on.
the entertainment, dude.
Correct.
Like,
But here's this is why I didn't talk to him about this on the text message. We know Rey, we know Kylo Ren are going to be there,
and Chewie.
They've said that extending
And
Chewie,
Stormtroopers.
And
and Stormtroopers
Stormtroopers.
and First Order.
And Captain.
So I don't
Keevan.
understand.
Canada.
Are people forgetting this shit that
I
comes
think
out?
so. They're like, oh, there's only one character in that commercial.
It's
Nope,
Gaia,
there's only
that's it,
one.
that's all you
Look
get.
at the
Dumb.
droids
There's-
that we're
there's
getting,
more- Yeah, there's a the R2 unit. Like, come on.
and even the protocol droid who's going to come over.
The captain
I
that they
think
also
that's
revealed in
entertainment.
Entertainment
Thank you.
Weekly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And with the not Tinkerer, what was it called? The Jokester, the
Sammy,
maybe?
The mechanic.
the mechanic.
There's a mechanic,
Yeah.
but there's another character that's
There's
like
a Harlequin,
a what?
like a jester. Like a
Yeah,
Harlequin
like
is?
well, it's
Really?
kind of like
What?
maybe, I forget what it's called. It's like a in
fucking
betweener
tripping,
kind of
bro.
role. I forget what it's called, but
in betweener kind
I
of.
don't remember that. I remember
It's
the
like
I
a-
remember the
it's
captain.
like a
Sammy.
DJ type role. But
Are you making this up? Are you
No.
high right now?
no, but I forget what it's called. But still, that's like 10 different characters that we know of.
Yeah, I know. This is why I'm just like Rey. So let's just count them out. The ones we know. There's 5 we know. The captain, Gaia, Sammy, the 2 droids.
Yeah.
That's
5.
Star
That's
Cruiser.
the crew. Yeah. Rey, Kylo.
Kylo,
Chewie.
First Order, Chewie, First
The
Order.
officer that they showed,
Officer.
the bearded guy, yeah.
Yep. Stormtroopers. We're up to 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
Right there.
that's for 400
Plus
people.
plus hopefully she's DJ Rex's girlfriend droid.
Yeah,
Hopefully
I
her.
think she's going to be on the launch.
She
We're
is.
going to get
She's just
Vi
in the-
too eventually.
better
get Vi
too.
Vi's
Yeah,
got to
Vi
be
12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 12 characters. New characters.
That's more than all of Walt Disney World right now.
I saw Vi
know,
last
right?
Saturday.
It is.
You're not wrong.
I saw Vi peep in the First
I've
Order
seen that
finally.
she's
and
actually
she's
back.
finally
She's-
back to her
Oh,
spots.
alive.
I'm like, wow.
Love it.
When I
It's
saw
good
a
to
picture
see
on
her.
Instagram, I was
Yeah.
like, she's alive. She's not
Vi
dead.
get COVID.
Did you see that
Long
pin that I
COVID.
posted of Vi? They have a Vi pin.
They do? Oh,
No,
I didn't see
really?
that.
Resistance Cargo by Rise. It's
Oh,
in a
shit.
4-pin set. 4-pin set, but Vi is one
Oh,
of them.
sick.
You
Okay.
gotta get it. I gotta get it one day.
He also said, will their droids be able to interact? Will you
gonna-
be able to
one
interact
of
with the droids? The
Yeah,
R2 unit for
The
sure.
R2
At least
unit,
that R2 is roaming around.
Which is going to
Yeah.
be fucking cool to see.
Hell yeah.
But that's going to be cool. The other one they've said is on a video screen.
Yeah, the
But-
protocol looking guy is on the
I mean,
screen.
you can't make a
Technology's
droid
not there yet,
that's
yeah.
that
But why
autonomous.
Pick,
Like
why
it's
pick
not
one
a-
with legs then? Pick another.
Tesla's fucking close.
But even with C-3PO, dude, like having to pay someone to do that would be
Well,
insane.
don't do another. Just do another.
But how?
BB
How would
do
you do
BB-8.
it in person where you can interact with them and,
Oh my
and you pull off the
God, what if C-3PO surprise shows up?
That would be nuts. I mean, they've
That'd be-
done
and that's-
C-3PO in
that's
the
another
shows
thing.
before.
Yeah, well,
another
that's what I'm
thing-
saying. He
Yeah.
was part of the Galaxy Far, Far Away, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's another thing that I keep saying is, this is a movie trailer, dude. Like, basically, do you
Yeah.
want to see Tony Stark die in the Endgame trailer? No.
Exactly.
They're keeping things from you.
They're
Like,
keeping a lot of stuff from you.
Yeah. Come
I mean,
on.
I don't know if people are, like. I don't have it specifically in the notes, but they showed that hollow sabacc thing in the
Right.
in the thing.
Mhm.
But like, people go, I'm paying $5,000 to play cards and go ride Rise. No, dude,
Fucking
you're talking about a 2-day experience. First off, it's not cards; it's a new technology. Which,
Yeah.
if all you motherfuckers bitching about this is a new technology that
That's
you're going to be able
something
to
they're not
play
showing
hollow
us. We
sabacc.
haven't seen it
They're not
yet.
showing you what it is because they want you to see it when you're there.
Yeah.
Is it going to be underwhelming? Maybe, but we don't
Maybe,
know until you
maybe
get
not.
there.
Right.
I'm not reviewing a movie by watching the trailer.
Yep.
So I don't know what the fuck you expect. Like, I do think their marketing for this is very strange and it's a little off.
Yeah, we all agree with that.
But that I think they should be focusing on the story and the legacy of the ship itself.
Because people don't
Not the people
understand
on the
that.
ship.
Yeah.
People don't give a fuck what's going to happen while you're there.
Yeah.
Tell me the story. The story, like, I would connect with that. Like, if I saw a thing of Rey standing down the hallway from Kylo, and this is the only trailer I get, Rey's lightsaber comes out, like the
Oh,
retractable one,
Yeah.
psh, and Kylo's does the same thing.
Yeah. That's it.
You know what'd be cool?
I mean,
In
fuck
that-
out
it.
of here.
Yeah.
I mean,
in
fuck
that
off,
commercial,
dude.
when their lightsabers light up, it lights up the guests behind them, so
Ooh.
the guests are watching the two of them do it.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus
Like one side
Christ.
you got the people dressed up like the First Order, and the other side dressed up like the Resistance behind.
Yeah,
I mean, do you need anything
There's
else?
it.
I mean,
No,
I
you
mean,
don't.
and that's not a
that would
spoiler because
be-
that's just given. Like, come on.
because they've said they're there. That was the
Yeah.
first characters they revealed for the Star Cruiser were Rey and Kylo Ren.
They're in the poster for it.
Yeah, I mean, like,
come on.
They are.
I truly don't get this. I
No.
don't get the hate on this. The saber training we know is something beyond
Yes,
meh and
we've
something you
talked
can
about
play
We
at
can't
Dave and
stand
Buster's.
that.
He's
Yep, we
absolutely
agree. No, I
correct.
can play it in my
correct.
house.
It looks
not
like
Dave and
shit.
Buster's. I can play it in my living
I could get a
room.
flashlight.
Yep,
with one
that's
of our
all.
Galaxy Sabers.
Correct,
Yeah.
and have a better time. 'cause
I
it's
agree
us.
with that. That's the only complaint I agree with.
That's the thing that looks the worst to me by far
Yeah,
is that.
no
And
complaint.
that is
Yeah.
a valid complaint.
Yep.
It looks nothing like the concept art. When everything else looks exactly like the concept art, you expect a little more out of that. And it looks like
Especially,
shit.
that's the thing they've been hyping for 2 years.
Yep.
That's like the number one thing.
Jedi training,
Yeah.
buy a lightsaber, Jedi training.
Yeah.
Then you
Against
can't
the
use the
training
fucking
remote.
ones you can.
Yeah.
That's.
I hope
anyway.
they upgrade to like real lasers at least, like actual
should,
lasers
but-
instead of like
Something.
those.
Why would they
see-through
show us what they
flashlights.
have if it's not fully ready? You know, like,
I know the real lasers could probably blind us or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, but I
give a
don't know.
fuck. I'm
They should
paying
just
enough.
do it this like you could. I'm thinking just off the top of my head here. Couldn't you easily do this with the same technology they use for the blaster bolts on Rise?
well, you know how
where
that
it's
works, right?
shooting. Yeah, it's the thing that
Yeah, it
spins.
super fast.
It's like
Yeah.
the spin up thing. You know, when you press the button, and the thing spins, and it
Yeah.
shows like a message.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's like that, but just with red
they
light. So
showed
it
that.
looks
Oh.
like
They showed that
so do
technology
that
at Destination
and
D23.
make it
Yeah.
look like it's coming at you, and then then the light hits. You see it coming, and you hit the light.
Yep.
Like, why can't it be that?
And if you miss
Just a
it, it's
flash
like
of light.
it
Bang.
just like makes a noise.
Oh,
It's like
you gotta try
like
harder.
You missed.
Bang.
Like,
Oh.
Like that would be the way to do this.
That's all you got to do.
And I don't know why I had to figure this out for Imagineering. Just riding the ride, 90 whatever times. But
the thing that
90,
they made
91.
that they have in house that they have. Like,
you know how to do this. Like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
why do I have to tell you this? Like,
Yeah.
figure it out.
and
Plus,
I'm
that
in the
looks
camp-
so small.
I'm in the camp too that like if you can't do it right, don't do it. So they should have
with
been like,
you.
oh
You should
crap, we
just
can't
not-
do this.
And I'm
This,
about
this
to
looks
out.
like shit. I don't
I'm
want
gonna-
to do this.
Yeah.
We're tall guys, and Josh was looking like he was crouching down.
Josh is
doing
tall.
That.
Oh,
He's a-
Josh is tall. He's
Josh
like
is tall.
6'2".
So
He's like
that
6'1",
looks a
6'2". He's like,
little
all right.
awkward
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
a guy
it-
like me doing this.
Yeah, I'm with you,
Yeah.
man. It
Yeah.
looks. I'm a little nervous about this because I'm claustrophobic as
That is.
fuck.
Yeah, we're all nervous about that, but
And then he says, plus an upper middle class, plus an upper family of 4 is what bugs me because of how high it is for them, not including merch, food, and the cost along. The cost along, even to factor in flight costs depending on where they're coming from. That's all of Disney
every
World.
Disney World vacation.
That's Disney World in general. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck if you can either. I'd hate to be shitty about this. You can either do it or you can't. If you can't, then you can't. There's shit I can't do.
I
You
can't
don't see me
travel to
flying to
France right
Paris.
now. Yeah.
You don't see me
That's
going to
funny, we both
Tokyo,
said, yeah.
right? You don't see me going to fucking Tokyo.
I
You see
want
me
to go.
going
To
I went to
I'm not
Tokyo
bitching that
so
Shanghai's
bad
too
I wanna go
expensive,
there.
Nintendo
Yeah.
World.
right?
Well, not there.
I wanna
We're
go to
getting
Super
that here,
Nintendo.
though.
I know, but they have it right now.
Have you seen the ride though?
Which one?
The
Oh,
Mario
they
Kart
look
ride.
awful.
It's tough to watch
They
a
look awful.
couple
Because
play
it's
through that
augmented.
because it's augmented.
Yeah,
so
it's hard.
real
It's
tough.
hard to judge what it is. I want to.
Yeah.
So I watched it, but I'm like, I can't.
I can't see
I
what
can't
this
judge,
is.
yeah.
Yeah. But like, yeah, you don't see me bitching about Tokyo Disney costing too much to go because like I'm from another part of the world. That's part of traveling. Like
That's part of being
I can't
alive
afford
on
to
the
go to
planet.
the Mexico right now. I can't go to
Oh,
LA
yeah.
right now.
I
Real
can't
quick-
afford to go anywhere right now.
Real quick,
So.
Bowser's Castle though is lit. That
It
queue.
does look fucking
Holy
dope.
Shit.
That queue looks insane.
Holy shit! Oh, we're doing a top 10 queues list, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
So,
Yeah, that'll be the next list.
2022,
That's not
yeah.
even. That's not
2022.
even Star Wars. That's just
No.
It's queues.
Every
We're going
queues,
Disney,
let's talk
bro.
queues, yeah.
cool. Cool.
I don't think
No,
any Star Wars queues are going to
Orlando.
make my list.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Orlando,
We're doing
not
Orlando.
Disney.
Because
It's
I
all
got some
any queue in
Universal
Orlando.
fans that I got to
Okay,
give some
so
props
from
to.
Disney. Okay, gotcha.
Fucking
Not me.
Hufflepuff.
Not me, dude. They got some
Star
Oh,
Tours
you
might
were-
make it, just so I can see my boy Captain Rex. He might make it. I don't know.
Star Tours is a solid queue.
I
That's a
love
very
that.
solid
There's
queue.
nothing wrong
The
with that queue.
OG queue was better. in
I haven't made my
opinion.
list yet, but I don't
But
think
I
any
haven't
Star
either.
Wars thing is going to make my list.
Falcon won't.
I already
and Rise
made my
won't.
list, and no Star Wars made my list.
Rise is a
Maybe.
boring queue
It
for
is.
the ride.
Yeah, maybe Star
Oh
Tours.
yeah, the ride
but,
blows it out of the water. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Then he said, and all the members wanting it to be original trilogy and not having that. That's not my problem. I don't give a
No.
fuck what anyone wants.
Why?
That's not what why would you compare
is
this?
Disney going to make it original trilogy?
They
This
have
is
no vested
their
interest in that.
characters.
Nope.
Yeah, they have no vested interest in that.
But also, maybe 50 years from now it will be. They can retheme it however they want, dude. So
I just.
give it time.
Does anyone else have any complaints they've seen about this? Because we've kind of debunked all this. Like,
Why do I want to go back in time? Like who's going to play Luke Skywalker? I mean, it's like
I don't know.
I'm with you.
they want Vader walking around instead of Kylo Ren. No,
They want Slave
Kylo
Leia.
Ren's
They want
way
Slave
more
Leia,
intense.
like you said.
yes, slave Leia.
You know what's
Yeah,
funny?
they all want
you made
slave
the
Leia.
you made the joke, and then 2 minutes later, someone comments
Yeah.
basically the same thing. I thought it was you as a troll account
No,
or
it
something.
definitely
I was like,
was.
what the fuck?
The comment said that?
They,
Oh, yeah,
They
dude.
said they wanted like
Space
Coke
hooker and
hookers,
Coke.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that. Okay.
It's like, hey man, this is Disney World, guy.
Not happening.
Like, what are you talking about, dude?
Yeah,
And
no.
I'm sure he was trying to be funny, but like, it's not what this is, dude. Like, if
No.
that's Vegas, you need to go. What you want is Vegas with roller coasters,
Pretty
Like,
much.
that's
and,
not-
Vegas has a roller coaster in New York,
Right.
New York.
so
I did
That's-
it wasted once. It was great.
that's my, the Halcyon stuff.
Well, I mean, I've seen people say that it looks more like sci-fi in general, or like generic sci-fi or
but they're
whatever.
using specific alien species from
Right.
Star Wars,
Right, and also
My big complaint is I didn't see this until someone pointed out to me. But
The
when she
iPhone?
literally clicks the
HoloPad?
projector thing,
Yeah.
it's an iPhone turned upside down,
yeah.
and they're right about that. But here's the thing:
But data pads
God.
are a thing.
it's marketing.
So-
This isn't a fucking movie. Like,
Right.
do you want them to spend the money
Hey,
on the marketing
but
for
even if
this
it
or the
is-
experience itself?
Even
The
if it's a movie,
experience.
guess what? Qui-Gon Jinn uses a razor in the Phantom Menace, a shaving razor,
Fucking ice cream machine.
and ice. Yeah, like, come on.
in Empire.
Yeah.
Like, there's a long tradition of people using
Like,
shitty
the
everyday products for
Anakin's,
props.
Anakin sabers.
There's a fucking Garflex.
Oh,
yeah.
the
Garflex is
Yeah.
Come
a
on.
camera flash.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we talking about here, guys?
Yeah.
I didn't notice it until someone pointed out, and I'm like, I mean, it
Yeah.
doesn't piss me off. It's
No.
somebody was filming that backstage at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Like, I
Thank
don't
God
care.
we have people out there who are looking out for things like
Yes,
this.
to tell us about these
Yeah.
stupid,
It's so
minute
expensive,
details.
Dude. Here's the thing:
Then don't do it.
you nailed it. You said this is people who can't afford to go, and they're pissed.
Yeah, people are just jealous. That's all
You're
it is.
absolutely correct.
Also, all of these cancellations that everybody's a big buzz about are people who can't pay it before the 90 days.
Right.
That's 100% all this is
They're
right
not
now.
going because they say, screw this, I don't want to go. They're like, oh, crap, I can't afford it. Christmas is here. Sorry, I can't go.
Right.
Do you
Yeah.
guys not remember the backlash from Galaxy's Edge?
Oh, I do. I made jokes in all my videos. I was like, I'm standing shoulder to shoulder because I can't move, but everyone hates
Oh.
this place. What are we all doing here?
Just
Like,
all that shit.
I remember that, yeah.
Star
Yeah.
Wars fans are like Saturday Night Live fans. Everyone bitches about it at the time, and then 10 years later, everyone's like, remember how
nostalgic
good it
about
was
it, yeah.
10 years ago?
Yeah.
Fuck
People
you.
hate The Last
Like,
Jedi, right? No, they don't.
No, they don't. It's one of the highest. It's the second highest rated Star Wars movie on
That it
IMDb
is.
or Rotten Tomatoes, but whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just-
But
I-
another thing with like the quote like look of it is like we're not getting on the Falcon. It's not Chewie's hair all
It's
over the
not
place
something
and
we
a
know.
dirty ship. It's first off, it is how Star Wars looks because they just made it brand new and it's in Star Wars, so that's how it looks. But also, it's not a dirty 80-year-old Falcon you're getting in. It's a pristine, top of the line ship.
but it's
Like,
old too. Like,
It's old, but they
it's
keep
old,
up.
but they
They
keep
keep-
it up. It's
yeah.
updated. But to act like you've never seen luxury in Star Wars is fucking retarded. That means you're not. That
Solo.
means you're not paying attention to any of this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Solo,
even the
it's
Death
in-
Star and all that is very pristine.
all the First Order
and
ships
tucked
are
in
super
and
clean.
proper and prim.
Even Bespin, not Hoth, but
Kylo
Bespin.
Ren's quarters are pretty.
Kylo Ren's quarters
Yeah.
are nice,
Yeah.
but like specifically
White. Weirdly white.
Canto Bight
Canto Bite.
and Dryden Voss.
Yes.
Those
Yeah.
are two very
Tom
high
just
end
said
things.
Solo, yeah.
Corellia is
Yes, Corellia,
it's-
absolutely.
Well,
that's the reason.
Corellia is a little dirty. Like when we see
Corellia's
like
a little
Kira
dirty,
and
and
Han on there,
I
it's
think that's
dirty,
part of it, but
yeah.
like I think because they've called it the Crown of Corellia, and that's like where they make the ships.
right. But
I
Coruscant,
think it's like part of a
Coruscant's
city.
clean. Like
We've seen
prequels.
Naboo,
All the
even
freaking
Naboo,
prequels.
exactly.
Naboo.
Like, what are you fucking guys talking about?
Naboo.
Like,
Yeah.
these are just people who are bitching to
Naboo.
bitch. And Disney, if you're listening to us, we are true Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
Let us come see the fucking Star Cruiser
Yes.
first.
Oh, they
and
are
quit
letting us.
letting- media
They're
passes.
letting us.
And they'll let it for $5,000.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let us for free.
Letting
We'll
us.
come and we'll preach it because we're
I'll
excited
still pay
already.
to
And
do
I'm
it a
not.
second time.
Here's the thing. I'm not
Right?
just preaching excitement because I'm going. I was pretty harsh on this from the jump. Remember?
Yeah.
And then I've slowly over time been like, no, I'm getting more excited for it. Like, this
Yeah.
seems like a cool thing.
Yeah.
I was harsh on this from the jump.
Mm.
From the jump.
And also, don't get me wrong. In 4 months from now, I could come back and say, guys, you're not gonna like it.
Us
I'm sorry.
too.
Like, I'm sorry.
We're
you
not
guys
gonna.
are going.
Do you think if I spend $5,000 of waking up at 7 a.m. every day to do a job, that like I'm gonna just be like, oh, it was great. Fuck no. I'm gonna be way harsher.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Of anyone you know, am I gonna hide how I feel about something?
No.
Especially paying that much.
Like,
and
get the
I'm,
fuck out of here,
I'm very
man.
loyal to what I love, but I'm spending this much money. I'm going
If
to
you
rake
went-
you
if
over
you
the
spend
fucking
this much
coals.
money and met Metallica, and it was
And they were
just
dicks.
the worst experience you've ever had. Would you go do it again?
No.
Would you tell other people to do
I
it?
love Metallica's music, aka I love Star Wars, but I wouldn't do this again.
Yeah, I'd say
That's
that.
how I feel about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
I mean, I truly don't get the backlash. But let's move on to another topic
Yeah.
because
No,
this is, we've
I
gone on
honestly
and on and
think
on.
that we will come back and say, hey, this part was kind of meh, this part was disappointing, but this part, oh my, like we're gonna come
Exactly.
back and we're gonna be like,
And
holy.
like I forget which one of you said it, but they're not showing us everything on purpose.
Yeah.
they
No,
want you to.
That's the point.
You
of
don't see
the
Andrew
trailer.
Garfield and Tobey Maguire in the Spider-Man trailer.
Thank
They've given
you.
us literally everything else. Just-
No.
I've-
No, they haven't.
No, they
Evan.
haven't. They've given you
Evan,
shit.
your
I've
ball's
seen-
gonna be blown off after
I hope so.
Brad and I see it.
I hope so. If you text me and spoil
when you
it,
hear
oh,
us say it in
Oh.
our group chat, like
I'll be
holy
mad.
shit.
But yeah,
The scissoring scene between Zendaya and
Oh, whoa.
Kristen, whatever her name was.
I don't know if I want to see that.
Stuart.
Well, not Kristen.
Kristen
Wait, what was
Dunst?
Kristen Dunst?
Dunst,
Kirsten
yeah.
Dunst.
Kirsten, one of them.
Kirsten.
Fuck her.
I don't know,
All right.
but we're so excited. We have characters made for this. This is how much we love this project,
Yeah.
and how we have not canceled, and how we are not pissed, and all that good stuff.
No one's canceling. We're fucking going for it.
Oh yeah.
I cannot wait for this. I'm excited.
The,
All right.
the next time we talk on a show, I will pay. It'll be paid. It'll be done. So,
Holy
like,
shit! Yeah.
think about that.
And then Brad and I will be close to.
Yeah,
We're
think
close
about
to
that.
having to pay.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I better get some good Christmas gift cards. Jesus Christ. No, I'm kidding. Oh,
No, that's what I told Courtney. If we get any Disney gift cards, if I get any specific, I'm going right to the Halcyon.
yeah,
Bloop,
100%.
bloop, bloop.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
If anyone gives me a gift card, I'm just gonna take it to Disney and be like, "Can you put this on my Spira?"
Yeah,
I don't
right.
need this piece of plastic. Put it on my Spira. Like
Oh, speaking of which, remind me to give you something after the show.
You already
Speaking
gave
of-
me something.
Speaking of Spira,
I have Spira. I
it's
don't.
for,
need
it's for
anymore.
when you held Duncan for us.
Okay.
I have a story
mean,
behind it. That's why I
okay.
didn't give it to you just then because it's been a pain in the ass. The
Okay.
gift card system has been down all day, so it's really we're now $100 in the negative because their system is down, and it's
Oh,
like
fun.
we're holding it for 24 hours, and if it goes on the gift card, cool. If not, then we'll refund you.
Disney's
So,
gift card system.
yes,
Is
I
it
just-
still the Amazon thing?
I don't know, but so they have these new gift cards where you can get the gift card and scan it at home and pay it from your phone. And
Oh.
it's for Christmas, and their system's completely fucking down.
Imagine that.
So we did
Interesting.
two $50 gift cards, or no, I'm wrong. It was some X amount of whatever the fuck it was, and for you for watching Duncan for us, and I think it was I forget how much it was. It doesn't matter. But we did the thing, and then it processed it, and it was like, whoops, sorry, it might get refunded. It might show up on the gift card. We don't really know what's going to happen.
How do you
so
find
I have two
out?
gift
Like-
cards sitting at home, and we're waiting 24 hours to see if it hits or if it doesn't. If it hits, then fine, cool. If it doesn't, then we get the money back. So it's just it's a fucking nightmare. I didn't want to give you a gift card with like, hey, there's money on this.
Maybe.
You swipe it, and there's nothing
Yeah.
on it. So that's what I was going to tell you after the show.
Fair.
So anyway,
So thank
All
you.
right. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. That helps us out
Anytime.
really a
Anytime,
lot.
especially
So-
Jack. I want to meet Jack.
I can't believe you missed him by like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 10 minutes. Yeah, he
Dang.
came in like a bat out of hell.
He's so
Man.
crazy. All right, so we made characters and backstories for our characters on
Nerds.
the Halcyon. We are
And I
fucking nerds.
I think I've already got my name, but I'll still give you guys a couple of my names. So if you guys say, "Oh, that one's better," then I might think about a name change, an official legal name change.
Sweet. Let's hear it.
Well, are we starting with that? Okay.
Yeah. Well, let's hear your story, then we'll go through the names.
Ooh, okay. I like that. It's not as in depth as Tom's, but that's okay.
Tom wrote a goddamn book that's
I
getting
got
published
I got
next year.
10 paragraphs
I
about
can't
a
wait
little
to
less
hear
than
Tom.
I think I have
3,000
The
words.
same, if not more.
I can't wait to hear Tom's, but okay. So
I can't wait to hear everybody's.
So we'll get to the name eventually. My home world is Chandrilla. Everyone knows.
I knew it.
I love Ben Solo. He's from Chandrilla. I am now affiliated.
Which, by the way, is going to be on the Halcyon. You start over Chandrilla. Did you know that?
Yeah, I'll see my home
So
planet.
we poured up and we'll be over Chandrilla?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So our terminal, though, is on Earth, technically, right?
I guess.
That's
I hope
why I
they
don't know how
say
this
it, 'cause I
goes.
don't want Earth to be canon.
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
I hope they never say the name of the planet. They're just, we're going to get you
It's
back
gonna
to your
be-
home.
It's going to be
or-
canon in my story. I'll just
Well, that's
put
fine.
that out
that's,
there.
That's
It's fine.
okay.
Yeah.
So I'm from Chandrilla. I am now affiliated with the First Order. My First Order title is now Regional Governor of Chandrilla because I was originally part of the Agricultural Administration on Chandrilla. 'Cause that's what we're known for on Chandrilla.
Yeah.
It's like farming and crops and all that stuff. Kind of like Indiana in the Midwest. Funny. So
There's more than corn in Chandrilla.
Yep, lots of corn. More than corn. Wow, Indiana Beach reference.
Yes.
Chandrilla Beach.
I lived in Chicago, so I know
That's
Indiana
true.
Beach.
You know
yeah.
about that
Yeah.
that crappy. Yeah,
I
okay.
do, unfortunately. And the Indiana Dunes and all that shit.
The dunes are
Yeah.
they're fun. They're okay.
When you're young, yeah.
Yeah. So I have since volunteered to assist in establishing the First Order's presence on Chandrilla in order to bring peace and order to my planet. And they've picked me to be a regional governor because I've made like agricultural missions to Lothal, which is where I picked up
Ooh.
my black Lothcat named Jackson.
Nice. I love that.
I've made diplomatic missions to Batu, Corellia. That's where I met Taylor's character. She's from Corellia. I've made a mission to Vandor and Kessel as well.
Nice.
I'm not Force sensitive, but I believe in and I study the Force.
As a First Order governor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. I collect a lot of like relics and mainly Sith artifacts and stuff like that. And I've also been sent on this mission to the Halcyon to sort of investigate it on a direct order from General Hux because of
Oh,
its
shit.
shady rumors and its connection to Kylo's past and his history. So Hux doesn't really trust Kylo, so he's like, what's going on this ship?
I
I'm
like
going to
it.
send this guy.
I like it.
And of course, I have a conflict of interest due to how much I love Kylo. So it's like, how much do I want to give away to Hux? What happens? I don't know. And I'm really not interested in like the war itself. I'm more interested in just having peace and order in the galaxy.
Interesting.
So that is all I got.
Interesting.
Dude, you undersold that. That was dope.
Yeah, that was
Really?
good, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
great. All right, what was your character's name?
I'll throw out a couple names and.
Wait, what was the character's name that you wrote down in it for the story?
Well, I haven't really officially picked it yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've got a
okay.
handful
So
of
here's the
names.
thing.
Okay,
I
so
like
here's-
this. So we heard the story. So when I hear the name, I'm gonna know that.
Yeah, 100%, dude.
Okay.
So just read the names and you pick out the one that you like the best, and I'll do the same.
Okay. I'm gonna pick like 4.
Read it. Read the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Read
Yeah.
what you got.
I have a lot of similar names that I just mix and match. So
Fair. That's how this works.
we got. It's my first name with my initial at the end. So Avant Virus or Virus. I'm not sure. Viress.
Ooh, okay.
Avant Virus.
Veres. I would say
Veres.
Veres.
Or Anton Virus. Or
Anton. No,
yeah.
not
See, I
Anton.
don't know. I wasn't.
Demarcus
wasn't sure.
Landspeeder.
Demarcus Landspeeder.
I know that.
I'm
yeah.
not. He does know it. What planet's that from though? I forget. What's it called?
Getaween.
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 Yeah.
I'm not from Getaween. I love that Tom knew
Funny
that.
you knew that.
Yeah.
Okay, so or Avant Veric
Ooh.
or Avant Pelagras or Vale Rylus or Evant Rylus.
I liked Avant Veric.
Give me both Avants again.
There's Avant Virus, Evant Veric,
Veric.
Evant Pelagras.
Avant Veric is for me.
Avant Veric.
And
That's one I
Avant
picked.
Rylus.
Yeah.
Avant Veric.
Avant Veric.
It's very Avant Veric. Yep. I like
Okay,
it.
I like.
First Order Officer Avant
Yep.
Veric.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been going
Yeah,
between
dude.
Avant Veric and Avant Rylus.
Avant Veric's the way to go.
Avant
Veric.
Veric for
That's
me. Yeah.
that's
Okay.
dope.
Mhm.
100%.
But 100% your character, but Avant
You're-
Veric,
that's
I think.
that's if that was my list, that's the
Yeah.
name I would pick.
Okay, I like it. I might switch it up. Go with Veric.
Avant Veric's dope.
Alrighty.
All right, who wants to go next?
I can.
I don't
All
care.
right.
You tell me.
You just want me to read this thing?
Read the whole thing.
From start
dude.
to finish.
Read
All
yours
right.
from start to finish.
Okay. My character's name is Borel Ulrich. The name of this, let's call it a short story, is Birthright of the Sinner. So, over 250 years ago, I should say, I merged my worlds here. So, heads up, I'm jumping right into one of them. So, this is,
Fine by me, dude.
I'm just letting the people know. I'm making DC and Star Wars connect.
I had a feeling.
Yeah. I mean, by the name of my
Borel.
character, Borel. Yeah, come on. House of El.
I don't know what Borel is. Is that a thing in
Kal-El?
Kal-El is Superman's
Superman. I still don't know what Kal-El
Kryptonian
is.
name.
It's his Kryptonian name.
Kal-El. So he's the House of El. El's his last name. His father, Jor-El.
Okay.
Kal-El. His mother, Lor-El. So, anyway. Borel Ulrich, Birthright of the Sinner. Over 250 years ago, beyond the stretch of thousands of galaxies, often a not-so-distant corner of what we know as Earth. See, I told you. Lies a little cluster of planets surrounding a red star called Rayo.
Called what?
Rayo.
Rail?
Yeah, it's the canon.
It's canon, right?
Yep, it's
Okay.
canon in DC, yeah. Life flourished only on the planet Krypton, and its inhabitants, the Kryptonians, were a highly advanced race with technology years behind the capability. The Kryptonians, while intelligent, were hard-pressed to think about the future and the issue of overpopulation faced the Kryptonian Council. The Kryptonian Council were the governing body of Krypton. They spent years deliberating and debating how to combat one of the planet's first core issues, too many inhabitants. Morrow G, this is a real council member, Having little time to explain any moral reasoning, simply suggested an uptick in council executions for higher-class criminals and the like. The council was anything but savage, so cooler heads prevailed when Corte suggested a humane approach of keeping the lawbreakers alive and giving them the right to live, but using technology she was developing to cast them in the great nothing of space. She simply stated, "We cast them into the Phantom Zone." The Phantom Zone was an unbreakable floating prison, at least unintentionally. Corte was still years behind the finished product, which intended to be an inhabitable floating city of progress. Constant research and experimentation would be held in this facility above Krypton, working to save the planet of its doom, and ultimately a backup plan to save its race in case Krypton met its demise sooner rather than later, as some feared. Corte saw no other choice but to suggest the unfinished structure and a pseudo-prison to help solve the overpopulation problem felt right at the time. The council fought to keep the progress going, but it ultimately was decided to place the worst list of Kryptonian criminals in the Phantom Zone to float away into nothingness forever. They wouldn't die, as the ship was self-sustaining and you could continuously grow your own food if you chose to. Simply put, if the criminals wanted to live, they had to work together in the Phantom Zone. Choosing who would go into Phantom Zone was left up to one council member, the most menacing, sinister son of a bitch of the Science Council, Jundu. Jundu simply confirmed how many the zone could fit, and he went to the Kryptonian registry and pulled names of Kryptonians who committed crimes of treason, murder, and everything else.
All right, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
How much of this is like DC canon?
How much of this is, like, everything?
Okay, so you're setting up stuff. Okay, I just want to know if you came up with this, I was like, holy shit, you need to be writing comic books.
No, well, all of these characters are canon council members.
Okay. Is the Phantom Zone a thing?
Yes, the Phantom Zone's a thing.
I'm about to say, goddamn, dude, you need to stop what you're doing and become a fucking writer.
I tweaked the Phantom Zone a little bit, though.
Okay.
It's not it's a pseudo prison, but it's the real Phantom Zone is a cast into space nothingness. They go into like a different dimension.
Okay.
Like
So-
that's where Zod goes. That's where General Zod gets cast to.
Okay.
He gets cast to the Phantom Zone.
After his neck's broken or before?
No, actually, in Man of Steel, they go to the Phantom Zone and it breaks down when Krypton explodes.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's,
I just wanted to clear that up for
So
me because I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't either.
What was the break of like this is where your writing starts for your character and because I was wildly impressed.
So I'm hold on. I mean, I want to give myself a little bit credit because
Please do.
I am creating. I basically took the core story of how Krypton implodes in itself.
Okay.
And the council's trying to figure out what to like. They're trying to save their planet, and like getting rid of people they think is the right way to go. This is like hundreds of years before Krypton.
Okay,
is,
cool.
is
So
over.
one guy was like, "We just kill the criminals. We kill them."
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
One guy's like, "We're not that violent. We're just
I'm
gonna
with the
send them
kill
out."
the criminals guy,
Yeah.
but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So it's nothing like the Raft in Marvel. Because when I was hearing this, I was
Exactly.
thinking Raft, but it's not like that.
no.
Okay.
Phantom Zone is like cast of nothingness, and then
Okay.
this my Phantom Zone is a literal prison in space. Like they're going to be floating.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
So-
cool. I just wanted to see where this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
This is DC canon, yes, but I'm adding elements.
Fine.
into
I
it.
was just curious what where
Oh yeah.
your
you'll
take
see
on
when
it kind of.
you'll see when I start
Okay.
to split into the Star Wars stuff.
Sick.
so.
Okay. I just was curious. Thank you, buddy.
Choosing who would go into the Phantom Zone was left to one. No, I went over that. Yeah. Okay. So a few years passed by, and rule has been established in the Phantom Zone. Prisoners were killed to establish law, but they were quick and fierce as Commander Zod took control of the ship. Unable to see where they were going, there was always a strange sense of doom at any moment. However, stranger things were happening. Zod noticed patients who were designated to the sick ward of the ship were all reporting no ailments any longer. And this included people who had broken bones trying to escape. People were moving about, more confident than usual. Hold on, did I skip a... No, I didn't. Okay, we're in the Phantom Zone. Okay. More confident than usual, and the vibe was eerie and unusual, like something bad was about to happen. Voices became louder, noises became closer, and tensions grew. This is all from Zod's point of view. Suddenly, a fight broke out. Heavy blows were traded between two men who were convicted for murder on Krypton. Suddenly, one man lifted another off the ground and launched him into the closest steel wall within the Phantom Zone. Within a blink of an eye, the prisoner broke through the wall of the ship, exposing everybody to the vacuum of space. Most everyone was not phased, which was shocking again to Zod and the general public on the ship. Nobody was moving. A bright light shined through the exposed ship and showed a clear path that the ship was on its way directly into a bright, burning yellow star. The heat was intense, and nobody would survive. Zod turned back, looking for a way out, and his eyes immediately took him to Jahu El. Jahu was standing strong next to a gigantic rip in the Phantom Zone, staring out into the void of space seen opposite of the star they were destined to crash land into. Jahu simply looked at Ruzad and motioned him and everyone else to follow his lead. Jahu simply took a dive off the plunging prison. Zod couldn't believe it, but he felt oddly calm about his survival. He ushered a handful of others who dared to jump with him, and they did. The rest watched and plummeted to their fiery deaths. Somehow, someway, and I don't know, that's funny. In the bright shine of the star that took their brethren, Zod, Jahu, and 10 other Kryptonians were floating this in the nothingness of space, but alive and not struggling. What may have been days, weeks, and months, or even years, nobody knew as everyone would fall in and out of consciousness. Jahu El suddenly caught the faintest glimpse of a monster dark shadow moving closer to him at an alarming rate. Within a few rapid moments, a large hammerhead-like object made itself clear. Jahu was floating towards it, what looked to be a ship of some kind. A ship managed to find him stranded in the vast majority of nothingness. Before Jahu knew it, he was on solid ground again, feeling less and less cold, but beyond exhausted. He simply let out a cry, there were others, before succumbing into a deep coma. Upon waking up next to a still window of space, a few more stars than normal, Jahu felt another being with him in the recovery room. He looked up, amazed, taken back by an ivory white-skinned female who had long black hair wearing bright white robes. She kept one hand on two hefty-looking rods strapped to her side. Weapons, he thought? But a young woman who could not have been more than 18 or 19 years of age calmed down and smiled as she approached Jahu. The woman who introduced herself as Orla Jarini, newly knighted Jedi Knight who was traveling on board the Halcyon Star Cruiser with a heap of bureaucrats on a goodwill mission from Lothal to Coruscant. Orla let Jahu know that he and other survivors they found, 10, including Jahu, were being taken to a medical station on nearby Kijimi. It felt like time flew by while Jahu talked to Orla. Something was different about her. Something was different about the both of them. Jahu felt different. A doctor came in with an officer in tow, and she was drawing blood to check on for any irregularities. They took enough to sag Jahu quite back out and back under a coma until they arrived on Kijimi. Jahu woke up and rose from his bed, and for the first time upon arrival, woozy but better, he walked to the door leading to the outside. A whole new world that Jahu didn't even know existed, rigged with mountainous terrain but a beauty that only this planet could provide. This was Jahu's new home. Thankfully, Orla came to visit a lot over the years. They even started a family in secret. Orla wanted a relationship that was out in the public, but she feared backlash from the Jedi Council, and she was close to the rank of Jedi Master. She put Jahu and their 3 children to the side. Before departing Jahu for the last time, Orla simply stated she was in grave danger and that they may never see each other again. Orla urged Jahu to never give up looking for the truth and that her distance was not his fault. Orla then took Jahu's hands and placed a heavy metallic object within his grip. Orla begged Jahu to learn how this weapon operates and pass it along to their firstborn son. It is their birthright. All right, finally, present day. The history's done.
Man, that was awesome. That was crazy, though. Yeah.
Okay.
Did not expect the Orla to tie in that seriously. I maybe as a cameo, but wow.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That's dope.
Thanks. All right, present day. Kijimi had seen better days, and the rule of the First Order was clenching its fist in the middle. Cleaning its fist.
He's washing his hands because he has COVID.
Yeah, we gotta wash it.
The First Order's got COVID.
Clenching its fist in the mid-rim, Bor-El Ulrich sat on a set of uneven concrete stairs leading to a main street and a walking pathway. At the base of the stairs rest 2 dwellings staring at each other, inhabited by peaceful people who lived on Kijimi their whole lives. The same went for Bor-El. Born on Kijimi in a broken family, he had to grow up fast and find his way in the galaxy. Without proper guidance, training, or mentorship as a youth, Bor-El was forced to involve himself in risky situations with the smuggling gang known as the Spice Runners of Kijimi. They were like Bor-El's adopted family, just as destructive, but at least he made some credits along the way. Family was a sore subject with Jor-El, mostly because he didn't have them around. Jor-El knew of his mother and father and has a distant but fractured relationship with both. All he has is an old family heirloom, or weapon, his father gave him once the family broke apart. An old family weapon, a lightsaber to be exact, a symbol of power and control for the House of El. Bor-El rarely used it, and he had to use it to kill once. So when was that time? 2 years earlier. A menacing-looking creature interrupted a spice-run job and killed 3 crew members. Bor-El swore to never reveal his Jedi past in front of the crew, but they were desperate. Bor-El quickly jumped into action, ignited his lightsaber, and thrust the head off a juvenile Zillo beast. Before fleeing for their lives as a mother beast approached from a distance, because these things are fucking huge.
Dang.
Bor-El...
Yeah, Zillo Beast.
Yeah, that's why it was a juvenile.
Kylo's killed one.
Yeah.
I think Vader killed one. I think that's it.
Well, now you can name me, motherfucker.
Jeez.
Well,
Bor-El.
a juvenile, although.
Still, though.
Yeah. As the Mother Beast approached from a distance, Bor-El checked on his crew member, Skep Novistar, who fell from the attack. He discovered a bag of red kyber crystals on Skep's body, and not knowing what to think, Bor-El swiped it up and ran back with his crew back home to Kijimi from this dangerous mission on Malastare. Sitting in the ship, Bor-El stared down at the red crystals in awe. He had never seen one in person, but had heard of the stories of the Sith. The Jedi, the Force, it all ran in his blood. There was something there and always beyond comprehension for Jor-El. He knew how to harness the Force through concentration, but his power was limited without a master. At 35 years old, it was far beyond time for a master. If they even still existed, the Jedi were dead. The crystals oddly called out to Bor-El, and before he knew it, the purple crystal that lasted generations was taken out of the birthright lightsaber and lost forever after Bor-El let it fly away with the rest of the ship's refuse. This birthright now bleeds red. Bor-El would later learn that Skep had also stole kyber crystals from across the galaxy and sold them to the First Order. Nobody knew why, other than for money on Skep's part. He would always think of his crew member, but appreciated the sacrifice that connected Bor-El to his family's history a lot closer. All of a sudden, Bor-El had been curious about where he really came from. Ever since taking possession of the red kyber crystals that was placed in his birthright saber, the past was calling out. He could not only hear it, he could feel it. Bor-El knew an old tale of his grandfather shared before his parents' divorce that retold the story of how the House of El, as it was called, would become one with our galaxy and world. And Bor-El recalled from that story that stuck out with the luxury cruise the ship like the ship called the Halcyon, took our lives, people, and family in, saved their lives. But there was a dark past to the ship and the people on board. Bor-El's great ancestor was tested on while unconscious. Our early ancestors fought for the truth, but ultimately ended up dead or restationed to a far distant planet, and they'd never see their family again. The quest for truth and revenge for the House of El ran rampant in Bor-El's blood. He was on a new path of revenge, but where to get started? Right then, a familiar voice called out to Bor-El and alerted him that there was a new job at hand. Zori Bliss, the gang's fearful leader, spotted a luxury yacht by the name of
That's
Avadora,
so cool.
landing abruptly on planet. The transport crew made a miscalculation and needed to stop for an emergency supply of fuel. Zori took the crew to the ship in hopes that this luxury yacht had an endless supply of spice that she suggested all the rich people in the galaxy do it. The crew was so good at what they did, they were in and out of the ship without being noticed in no time. Unfortunately, this was truly a transport crew who were just driving the yacht from one planet to another. Just when things were dim, Bor-El overheard a very faint conversation between 2 members that were suggesting they hurry back because the Zabrak member of the crew had a ticket for a 3-day cruise on the Halcyon. Bor-El's head flew back, and he found where the 2 were and knew this was the Force guiding him to his past. His answers, his chance to make his own past. Hearing engine begin to engage, Bor-El had little time as he told Zori Bliss he had to go. She accosted him and compared him to another gang member who abandoned them for a hero gig in the Resistance. Bor-El assured he would return, and that was not him, but he had to cleanse his sins, his family sins, and retool the past. All right, we're almost done. Being a
Dang, I
I'm
don't want it to be
enthralled.
done. Yeah, I
This
don't
is
want it to be
great.
done. That was kind of my next question. I was like, so does he know Poe? So maybe he knows of Poe?
Okay. He knows Poe. Yeah.
Okay, that's
he knows
cool.
Poe.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
I just didn't want to call out Poe's name. Since
Right.
It's kind of obvious once.
Too
once
on the
people get-
nose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
too on
that's
the
how it
nose.
would be written in a book. It wouldn't be like,
Exactly,
he
yeah.
knows Poe Dameron.
Right,
Like,
right,
come on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Being a stowaway was not uncommon for a gang member. Before Bor-El knew it, they were landed at the crew's destination of Ord Mantell. Bor-El trailed the Zabrak male.
See Ord Mantell?
Yeah,
Oh,
Are you getting that Batu mix, or
Fuck
what's it
yeah.
called? Are you getting that popcorn when you're there?
yeah. Bor-El trailed the
from Pod
Zabrak
Racer.
male into
That's
his
true.
just outside his core. As Bor-El knew this was wait and watch game. Several hours passed as Bor-El just sat, waited, and learned the patterns of his prey. Growing riper with revenge, Bor-El could not wait much longer. Bor-El decided to enter the home while the Zabrak was sleeping. Little did Bor-El know that the Zabraks don't sleep as soundly as humans, and he was immediately caught when entering the room after quietly cracking open a window. Bor-El shot back, grabbed for the lightsaber, and ignited it in rage as the blood-red shine took over the room. You could see the fear in the Zabrak's eyes. Bor-El lunged towards the fearful home dweller and screamed to give him the ticket to the Halcyon. The Zabrak was frightened and confused, as Bor-El expected this as a defense of his order, so he tapped into the dark side of the Force to look inside the creature's mind, something Bor-El had never done before and only heard stories. Bor-El, untrained, had overpowered the Zabrak and left him in a silent coma. Bor-El stepped back, fell to his backside, and was sweating from the confrontation. He had never felt the power of fear before. What was this? After recovering, Bor-El tore the house up and found the ticket and specific instructions to rendezvous on the human homeworld of Earth, which was rarely traveled to as its inhabitants were in the constant war with each other and never traveled outside their own planet.
True.
A primitive species indeed, but no risk was too great for Bor-El, as his past needed answers. Thankfully for Bor-El, his connections in the gang made him friends with past enemies, like former drop trooper, now Sheriff of Navarro. Cara Dune was thankfully on a mission
Nice.
that takes her to planet Earth. The mission, absolutely, she has to be canon in my story. The mission was one of her last as she neared retirement. The drop-off on Earth was successful, and it took days to get to the point of entry of the ship, but Bor-El made it with time to spare. Upon arrival, many species from across the galaxy gathered to board this once prestigious beast to the sky above us. While lost in the diverse wonder of what was the galaxy's creatures, Bor-El unknowingly bumped into another humanoid about his height. Bor-El could feel the Force in others.
Who could that be?
And something was there that he could not put his finger on. Why was this person important? Before he knew it, the Force guided Bor-El to reach out his hand and say, "Nice to meet you. I'm Bor-El Ulrich. First time on the ship. Sorry I ran into you. What's your name?" "I'm Pike Rendessa. Pleasure to meet you." The end.
Well, that's perfect. Segue. But dang, that was awesome.
Thank you.
You tied in like basically every era. Like you
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
Mando in there.
That was
you got
fucking tremendous.
Sequels, you got prequels. You got Pod Racing game. Ord
Yeah,
Mantell,
Ord Mantell
which is now in Bad Batch, but it started in the Pod
Yeah,
Racing
started
game.
the Pod Racing game. That
Yeah.
was
Oh, that tied like every era of Star Wars. Hire this man, Lucasfilm. Hire
fuck
this
yeah,
man.
dude.
That was cool. That was cool.
That
Not
was
even-
fun.
Not
Yeah.
even to mention you tied in Earth, and I didn't even bat an eye, and you tied in
Yeah.
DC, and it was still awesome.
It still
Yeah.
felt Star Wars.
Yeah,
that's
it still
what, that's what
matched.
was
It still
dope about
meshed.
it.
That's what I like. It couldn't take Batman and put into this or like the
No.
Flash. Like you
That
got to
wouldn't
do
work.
He
something.
landed
that's
on
as close.
Gotham City.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
It
that
would've
wouldn't
been
work,
Stupid.
but the way you did it
Krypton
was-
works perfectly.
Yeah,
'cause it's
100%.
most Star Warsy.
Yeah.
I kind of want
That's
you to
cool.
read mine now.
I mean, I shed a tear a little bit when he lost it. He purposely threw away his purple Kyber because I was
Oof.
like, oh, that's my favorite, man. Come on. But
That's
I get
that's his letting go of the past.
I get
and
it.
that's something
why.
I need to teach myself to do.
We all
like,
do.
I'm with
We
you.
all do.
outwardly. So it's like if I write it down, maybe
Here's
I
the
can
thing, though,
learn from Bor-El.
about
That's
letting
Star
the
Wars,
past
though. It
die.
teaches that.
Letting the past die is like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's a really good idea. But
Right.
you can't do that. You have to live those experiences
Right.
and learn
Right.
from them.
It
You
ties
can't just let
into-
it go
I-
and
yeah.
pretend it didn't happen. That's
Yeah.
how, like,
It ties into something I posted yesterday, just coincidentally, a quote from Wraith Silas about his master Orla Jareni from Into the Dark, but it's talking about crossing that Kyber arch. She always asked him, why can't you cross it alone? And he's like, well, I do every time. I just
Yeah.
climb across it. But it really means you don't cross it alone because who built that arch and the people that
it's not
died to
just
build that
about
arch.
you.
It's about
That's-
that past
yeah.
behind
Yeah.
you. So
That's
that
the
ties
beauty
into
of that. I
Like,
love
that's
that whole
Star Wars.
Kyber arc thing. I
Yeah.
love that. So I do want people to know that we didn't write these together. So
No,
any
not at all.
crossover is coincidental. You asked me what my character's name was.
Yeah.
That's it, though. That was the only
we
crossover.
talked about it.
Yep,
Yeah.
that was
and
it.
and you heard it. That was it because you wanted yours to end with your character meeting my
Yes.
character.
But that's so cool. That
Which-
felt like the end of like a season of
I
like
know.
a show. It's like, oh, he meets him. It's
Yeah.
what's season 2.
Well, now
season
let's
2
find out
is
who
the
Pike
Book of
Ren-
Brad. That's season
Let's
2.
find out who Pike Rendessa is.
Let's.
The Book of Pike.
Mine's nowhere near that in depth. So
No, mine wasn't either, but
That's-
hey.
mine's 11 paragraphs, which are fairly long paragraphs.
Yeah.
So this might take a few minutes, and I'm really bad at reading out loud, so I apologize, everyone. So I'm gonna go do something that I always say I hate, which is give you like a teaser up front for the character, and then I'm gonna get in detail into pretty much everything that's mentioned in that paragraph. But for people who don't want to hear it, they can just listen to that little part and move on. Whew, I hate reading out loud. All right, this is
You
going to
got
be
this.
tough. I've had a few drinks. Pike Rendessa was a smuggler who did a lot of smuggling, of course. And one day, Doc Ondar asked... Wait, hang on. Oh,
Ooh.
no, this is right. Parker Nessa was a smuggler who did a lot of smuggling, and one day, Doc Ondar asked for his services. Once a shipment of lightsabers came his way, his curiosity got the best of him.
Of course.
He ultimately gave up smuggling when his whole crew was murdered by Doc Ondar. He was the sole survivor of the ambush. Once this happened, he got out of the business and decided to go legit. After years of running a successful business, he just needed to get away after years of hard work. He bought a ticket on the Halcyon because it was the most luxurious ship in the galaxy and needs to get away. That's like a Cliff Notes version of who
Super
my
Cliff
character
Notes.
is. All right,
Yeah.
let's get into the nitty-gritty. He grew up on Alderaan, and since he grew up on Alderaan, he grew accustomed to the finer things in life. He grew up rather spoiled, but he was grateful for what he had. He never took his positions or his family's money for granted. But there was always a part of him that wanted something else from life. He wanted and craved adventure. His parents tried to appease him growing up with multiple trips on many different ships, but his favorite by far was the Halcyon. In fact, he and his parents had been on vacation on the Halcyon during the, quote, incident. The incident that wiped away everyone he had ever known or loved in one fell swoop. If only the Jedi had still been around to keep the Empire in check. His parents told him about the Jedi, but it didn't seem real. It always seemed like a tall tale. He believed in the Force, but as far as the Jedi, he couldn't be certain. After having to start over, they went to Corellia, which we now calls his home. He continued to grow increasingly angry with the Empire and celebrated when they eventually fell. By the time the Empire was gone, he was just getting old enough to start his own business. After his parents had both died, this gave him the funds to do whatever he wanted or needed. He wasn't rich by any standard, but his needs were covered. He wanted to be rich, so he decided the best way to get rich quick was by smuggling. Anything and everything. No questions asked. Doc Ondar has hired his team, once known as the Outriders. It's a Dash Rendar reference, just for you motherfuckers who don't know
That's
shit.
super cool.
It's the Outriders. That's his team.
And I love how you're just, like, you called it the incident. We all know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But
when Alderaan got
that reminds me of Lost
exploded.
Stars when they talk about how Alderaan blew up and
Yep,
you get
the
stories
incident.
from people
It's
that
called The
lived there.
Incident.
But yeah, awesome.
The Outriders to ship some lightsaber replicas from Dantooine to Batuu. Usually Pike had no interest in what his clients were hauling, but this time it was Doc Ondar, the Doc Ondar, the famed Ithorian who was more infamous than famous. And this time Pike's curiosity got the best of him. He went through the lightsabers and had to see one for himself. He was wildly disappointed when he realized the lightsabers were, quote, training replicas and not the real deal. He really wanted to get his hands on a lightsaber for real. However, he wasn't going to keep one, but as someone who had studied the Force his entire life, he was curious. As bad as he wanted to be, he wasn't Force sensitive, as far as he knew.
Ooh.
He could have sworn he had seen his blaster move slightly towards him on more than one occasion. It tended to happen in moments of frantic chaos, but it had to have been his mind playing tricks on him. He couldn't be Force sensitive, could he? After looking through the replica lightsabers, he found one and kept one. Doc wouldn't notice one measly lightsaber missing. After all, it was a toy, right? He decided to put it back. After all, this wasn't what the Outriders did. They were legit. They couldn't do it. He put it back. But despite putting it back and resealing the shipment, once it was delivered to Doc, he saw they had opened the shipment and sent out his security droid BK-86 to take care of the
tie-in.
to take care of the traitors and kill the other 4 members of the Outriders: the Mon Calan male, Ak Deftar, the humanoid Dex Deftar, the R5 droid BH-216. Figure that one out.
Yes.
And
what could it be?
And the humanoid female Nessa Ryden. Nessa was the female of the Outriders, who Pike was the closest to. In fact, there had been rumors amongst the other crew members that there was something between the two of them. But Pike and Nessa both assured the crew their relationship was nothing but a working relationship. If that was the case, why had Dex seen her leaving his quarters in the middle of the night on more than one occasion? The crew didn't care. They both seemed happy, and as long as the work got done, it wasn't an issue. Pike had gotten away at the last second of BK-86's ambush on the crew. He happened to have his back against an escape pod and was firing at the droid as he shot Nessa as she was running to the escape pod. He killed her. BK-86 had killed her. Pike feels guilty that he was the only person or droid or Mon Cala that survived the event. It took him several years to get over it, and he had lots of talk. Oh, hang on. I'm really bad at reading. It took him several years to get over it and had lots of talks with a repurposed medical droid to help him get over the incident. Well, it's not really something you get over, but more learn to live with. He had set up a legit company a few years ago and had really gone all in with it. He had never taken even a day off since he founded the company. Quote, Rendessa Fright. Yeah. And it was wildly popular. Taking... Is that your ringtone?
No, I know what the hell that was.
Everybody dance now.
It needs to be a ringtone.
It should be now. Tie it into your character somehow.
Taking what he learned to do and what not to do from his time as a smuggler, it was a winning recipe. Despite all of his success, it was time for him to take some time off from all the stress and chaos. He was ready for a nice long vacation. He had a few ideas for where he should go, but he couldn't stop thinking about the Halcyon. He and his parents had so much fun on the ship, and he thought of no better place to clear his mind for a few days. He packed a few small things, and one thing... Hang on. This is a typo. He packed a few small things, and one thing he hoped by breaking down would get past customs.
What could that be? Some scrap metal.
If it didn't, he could always put on the charm and slip some credits their way to get it past. But hopefully he wouldn't have to. He threw his belongings to the seat next to him in the cockpit of the Rendezvous, his ship, and headed to the spaceport, eager for adventure and ready to relax.
All right.
Dang, that was really cool, too. You tied in, like, several characters and eras.
You gotta do it.
Like Tom did.
I fucking love it, yeah.
What if they did that when you're bored? If you take your Savis to, like, you can't bring that on. You have to go, like, take it apart and, like, hide it. They won't.
That would be cool.
That would be very cool.
I'm not going to lie to you.
That would be cool.
Like, TSA can only be this amount of metal.
Yeah, right. Oh.
Got to stick it
That was
up your
fun.
asshole.
That was really fun.
Yes, it was fun,
I
gentlemen.
shoved that
love
up
it.
my ass. I'll shove this lightsaber right up my ass.
You talk
all
about
right.
smuggling, man. You smuggle them sabers.
Smuggle. How do you want to smuggle it?
Yep.
How bad you want it on that ship?
That's what you do.
I'm excited for the Halcyon, fellas.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
So your characters, you've been on the Halcyon before, and your character, mine hasn't.
He was on
Your
the
family
Halcyon
has.
when Alderaan blew up.
Yeah, your family has, but you haven't.
No, Borel hasn't.
Okay.
My great ancestor is who I'm trying to find trying to get revenge on, trying to find out what the fuck's going on.
Tom's
Right.
story was the best. Mine sucked.
That was pretty cool, yeah.
I loved
I don't know, man.
everybody's. I loved
Mine was
everybody's.
fun until I read it out loud.
No, man. I think it was good.
Stop it.
It was good.
It was fun.
Yeah. Like,
Y'all's were great.
you guys like had other people involved. Mine was like, yep, I got this cat, and then I met somebody on Corellia. All right, that's it. Like,
No,
It's
you're
so cool,
you're
though.
the one that came up with a pet. I'm kind of pissed off I didn't like
that's true.
incorporate like an Arctic wolf or something, or like one of
Yeah.
the wolves from Crate.
Oh, what are they called?
Crate wolf.
No, it's like a Vulpix.
Yeah, yeah,
Vulpix.
it is.
Vulpix. It's a
Some people
Pokemon
call
name.
them like
Yeah.
Crystal Wolf,
Vulpix.
but it's
Crystal wolves.
Vulpix. It's almost
Vulpix.
Pokemon.
Vulpix,
Almost
okay.
Pokemon.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Great episode.
Fucking loved it.
So we're canceling our Star Cruiser, right?
Yeah,
That's what we
fuck
all
who
agreed
cares?
on.
Who
Yep.
gives a shit?
I gotta finish this story now.
Oh, okay. Well, you
It's
can go.
Xenon Warrior Princess. I saw someone
Yeah.
say it gave them VHS analog horror. I can see where that's
Well,
the first
that
one I
was
go
my
like
Alien
I
Encounter.
see
That was
I
my-
see
Yeah.
where you're coming from. I get that.
Yeah.
But
Just it was a little grainy and it kept going in and out.
did
but
I make
that's-
money off the welcome video? Yeah, I did.
Maybe.
And your boy's excited.
But you know where that money's going?
right back to Disney.
Halcyon anyway.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
All right, let's wrap this episode up. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. This was one of my favorite episodes of all time.
Dude, me too.
Evan, where can everyone find you on the internet?
You can find me listening to Everybody Dance Now.
If I don't know you like that song so much, we would have played it earlier.
Yeah.
Right?
I should have burped. Yeah. The resurgence is happening, people.
Oh, and the resurgence. Oh, you can find me on Instagram at Evan T. Boucher.
Tom, where can they find you?
At Fourth Motherbox and at Jedi Talk Podcast.
You can find me also at Jedi Talk Podcast. That's where we kind of all just take over randomly. I can always tell who's posted what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you pay attention long enough, you'll know who posted what. So thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. We will see you in the new year. May the Force be with all of you. And
Always.
until the next time, stay safe and may the force be with you.
Always.
Rise, Jedi Knight.
Everybody dance now.